Oh, okay. There we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing? How's everyone been? We're playing a little bit of... I wish I knew how to quit you. Oh, dude, today we're not doing anything serious. Today, we are playing with the Piggy Boys. Hey, Gasm Jones, thank you for the 10 biddies. And thank you to Minister of Silly Things for the follow. Very kind. I still don't have my all my stuff set up on YouTube yet. It's been quite busy. I didn't think it was going to be, but then the last couple of days have been pretty insane. Today, today was a 12-hour day of working, and now we're doing this, and then tomorrow's another quite long day. So, I'm doing what we can do. But today's not a serious day. Today is a couple of things. First, I've talked about it before, but I do have a video coming out specifically about Dragon Quest PvP, kind of in line with my Rancher Rundowns, or the Meg Cargo video, something that's a lot more well edited and is more put together, and it's not just gameplay. It's going to be an edited video, probably be about 25 minutes long. It's because as much as I'm a big proponent of, if it's not fun, if you're not enjoying it, if you don't like it, don't waste your energy with it, right? That's how I feel. But it is so fucked up. It is so insanely bad that it requires a dissection, because it's fascinating. I have a line, which I think is one of the funniest lines I've written. Here, let me pull it up real quick. I'm not going to show you guys the whole script or anything, because it's like 20 pages, but here's part of the hook. This is how the intro ends. But Dragon Quest Monsters, the Dark Prince fails in its PvP content in some fascinating and at times bordering on what I can only describe as miraculous ways. Errors that have never been made before in the entire canon of interactive media, breaking new ground in the highly competitive field of making me have a shitty time playing a video game. It's genuinely fascinating because of how bad it is. It's really interesting. Hey, Vaughn, thank you for the $10 reduce. That's very kind of you. Am I the type of person who hate binges horde shows like Velma? I like how you had to say Velma specifically, as if, I've never seen a horde show and I needed a... No, it's not like that at all. I think that is so awful. I think that's such a waste of your time. I think if you like something that's bad, or if you're engaging with something that you think is bad, there has to be a reason for it. Is PvP and DQM that bad? Remember it being awesome for Game Boy Color? So, spoilers for the video, but it basically boils down to the game does not let you have any agency in what is supposed to be a tactical, decision-heavy game. You have win buttons, and then on top of that, you press your win button, and you still might not win because the game has so much RNG that is so game-changing. It's fine for random chances. Critical hits have been around since the 80s, right? Complaining about shit like that is a huge waste of time, and you're a big baby if you are upset about critical hits. But what if the critical hit did 1,000 damage? Or what if the critical hit was so strong that Square Enix drove up to your house and kicked you in the balls every time you got crit? That's what it feels like in this game. It's not crit specifically, but it's just every RNG element, because it's a very RNG heavy game, right? But all of the elements that are random chance are unbelievably powerful. So it just ends up being this concoction of random shit happening all the time that you have no agency over. And it's just wow, that's crazy. That game happened and I didn't really make any decisions. Sometimes I win and sometimes I lose. And you can say it's Mario, but it's not even Mario Party. It's like if every fucking square in the Mario Party was a Bowser square. But Also, on the Bowser Square, he actually did give you the 100 stars if you landed on the 100 stars. That's what it feels like. It's fucking random. And it's okay for games to be like that. Monster Rancher's like that, right? Monster Rancher has plenty of monsters whose entire thing is, I have to hit this one move. I got 30% chance, and if I miss, I lose. And if I win, I make the opponent mad. Nobody has fun. And the game is kind of built around that, and it's not particularly competitive in a regular sense, because that's just how the game works. And wanting a game to work differently than how it does is not a recipe for having a good time with a game. If you're playing a fighting game and you're like, man, this game would be really good with a couple of patches, it's okay to have that opinion. But if you are like pissed off day after day because you're like, I really need this game to be slightly different or else I'm not going to enjoy it, you're playing the wrong fucking game, bro. like if you're like, my character is too weak and I'm not having fun, your choices are you stop playing or we play a different character, right? And this game is like, all the best characters in the game press one button. And if their one button happens to get luckier than your one button, they win. It's like a game of war where you and your opponent have a deck of cards and you flip the top card and whoever has the highest card wins. Have you ever played that? Like, I had a cousin who was like super like excited to play that every time we hung out. And it's like, this is the stupidest game. Like, there's no decision making. There's no game. It's just gambling. It's just putting it on black and seeing what happens. And that's exactly what DQM feels like. But it tricks you into thinking it's not that way. The entire lead up to PvP and how much of a grind it is to get monsters to like PvP level makes it feel like it's going to be a game of strategy. And it is just not that. And I think that's the really outrageous part. Monster Rancher didn't have a PvP scene. We made the scene. There's no ladder. There's nothing like that. So when we started playing, we went into it and we were like, okay, the context is this game is just a crapshoot most of the time. But DQM doesn't have that luxury, which I mean, maybe means I'm not being as fair to it as I should be. But also on top of that, like, besides bad mechanics, besides shit where it's like, you have to spend so much time and energy investing in your monster defensively, getting these really strong talents to make sure they just don't get blown up in one hit, only to have them not matter at all if your opponent procs a crit. Because crits in this game do not just do like extra damage. They do extra damage and they lower your defense to 1. Or they do extra damage if they're a spell and you get a critical spell. They do extra damage and they drop your immunity or your resistance to that element to 0. So there's entire builds that are just based around hope I get a crit because I haven't built a contingency plan. And they're good. That's the fucked up thing. If that build where it's like, I hope I get a crit, and if I get a crit, I win, and if I don't, I lose. Like, there's shit like that in every game. There's fucking Exodia, right? There's nothing wrong with having elements like that in your competitive tactics game, right? It's fine. It makes sense. But when it's the dominant strategy, it's awful. It's genuinely awful. Because it's not like, it would be funny if this gimmick worked. It's like, the gimmick is the meta. And it's more rare for it to not work than for it to work. So it's like, why turn your brain on at all? Why ladder? The only reason you ladder is to get better and improve and show you're better than other people if you're like super shallow about it. But it's really mostly about to get better and improve, right? If you're laddering, you're like, okay, I was silver today, I'm gold tomorrow, I'm gonna do that. But if the game makes all the decisions for you, i.e. I got crits or I didn't get crits, like, what's the fucking point? What do you gain from that? I didn't gain anything. I didn't learn anything. It's stupid. It's unfortunate. So today, instead of worrying about any of that shit, we're making 2 little piggy boys. And I think this team is very funny. I think this team has potential to, you know, it's still going to get blown up by the brainless shit. But I'm going to show you why this team is pretty funny. Let's get into it. Do I have game audio? I do not. How come? Oh, I know why. What? No, it should still come up. Why is it not doing anything? Alright, give me 1 sec. Is it on here? Yes, it's on here. Okay. We got it all figured out. I just have to get off my Windows setup. That's what's sad about the game, DQM in general. A lot of fun in designing your monsters. Yeah. You just watch someone beat Mario with 64 with the drum set and AGDQ. Is AGDQ going on right now? I guess it would be. It's January. Also, yeah, so it's like Frenzy. Yeah, Frenzied State is a mistake. Frenzied State is the biggest sign that they didn't actually want this game to be played competitively, and there is no expectation on their part to, like, you know, have a good time with the game. Okay, what looks better? That's obviously the wrong thing. Give me 1 sec. So I got this, which covers up a little bit. I think I might use this display because I'll be recording some of this footage. It would have helped if I was recording any of that, to be honest, but that's fine. And this takes up less room than just having my face somewhere. That's fine, we'll do this, it's whatever. Okay, but before we get into this, I want to show you the 2 pigs. We got our boys. This is fresh. We're starting fresh, and then we're going to, we're gonna go all the way from the beginning. So, metalkid.info, Monsterpedia. Okay. Window input capture. Okay, that's fine. Another window input capture. Why is it like this? Sorry about this, guys. Okay. So, on Melkid's site, oh stuff. There's a lot of stuff here. We're gonna take a look at the 2 piggies. We got Sham Hat Witch and Ham Sham Witch. So Sham first. Sham Hat Witch. These stats aren't great. He's got really high defense, which is sick. Basically, he's going to be using these traits. This is the reason to use him. Critical sensation. You know, if the game wants me to win on critical hits, we're gonna win on critical hits. Uber Dragon's Bane. Greatly increases damage inflicted on monsters in the dragon family and somewhat lowers all resistances. You know what this does? This does 3 times damage when I'm attacking dragons, and it lowers all their resistances by 50. So if they're immune to something, I basically end up doing 6 times damage to them instead of 0. It's insane. This is very strong. He's also got Benefaction, which massively increases attack, defense, agility, and wisdom of all allies when a killer blow is received, and also has Last Legs, meaning that it allows the monster to survive at 1 HP after suffering an attack that would otherwise kill it. So our goal here is to have this guy get KO'd constantly. But because he's got Last Legs, it's actually going to be kind of hard to KO him, and we'll be able to use Selflessness to absorb a hit, and then it's gonna be fun. There's gonna be a lot of stuff we can do here. And then Shamwich has some fun stuff as well. He's got Cragmeister, which is an ultra crafty Cragger, so it's not as good. Increase the potency of Earth Elemental attacks. I'm pretty sure it's only by 10%, maybe it's 25, but it's not much. And decreases their MP consumption. This is fine for Craggle, if we want to use Craggle. He's got Personal Grudge, which is the opposite of Benefaction. He's also got Metal Medley. Ignores the damage reducing effects that the metal skin trait provides, so he can actually hit metal slimes pretty easily. And Uber Boss's Bane. So if people are using Crystallinda or Zoma, I get to do 3 times damage and lower their resistance the exact same way I would against a dragon. He also has Rando Ping, which is very funny. So these guys are super unused in competitive play, but they're genuinely like pretty crazy with their combination of traits. I don't know. I think it might do okay. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot going on here. But I guess while we have that up, let's figure out what we want to do with calculator, synthesis calculator. So they're beasts. Oh, that's the wrong one. Max stats is what I'm looking for. Also, is the damage calc actually working now? Oh, the damage calc works now. That's sick. That's cool. Okay, so we'll have one beast for our first piggy. MP defense and speed. Defense and speed is probably what we're most interested in, right? And HP. Having some attack might be okay. What if we did HP? We did beast material. But we'll do this so the beast is the grandparent. And then on the other side we'll do HP or boss and slime. Does the slime work? I think this works. And then parent 1, beast family. Parent 2, we'll do... You want to do slime? Slime's probably better. And then child, they're both big, by the way. We're gonna go big. Probably can't get them to 100, but Sham Hat Witch, monster size, let's whatever. Stays large, it doesn't matter. So here's the stats. It's kind of low on life. What if he's ultra large? It doesn't make any difference, eh? So 1800 HP. This defense is pretty good. Wisdom's kind of whatever. But yeah, that's not bad. And that's before any talents or anything. And then this MP absorb, he's strong. Okay, so we have to figure out confusion, paralysis, bedazzlement may matter, but probably won't. We're gonna be using Wave of Relief a lot, so I'm not too worried about bedazzlement, anti-magic. Okay, and then he's weak to ice, so we need to shore up this, or else he's gonna get blown up. Even though, to be fair, we don't really care. We kind of want him to get KO'd, so it's fine. But for attacks, I am mostly interested in... This little piggy's gonna take dragons to market? He is. Yeah. I'm pretty excited about that. This little piggy knocks on the wolf's door and threatens to burn his house down. Hell yeah. So this little piggy, I need something with Kazing, probably. I want to have Kazing on both of them, so they're constantly healing each other back to health. So let's actually look at that. Let's look at the talents, because I don't know what to do for talents. Craggle is very specific. There's only a couple of things that have it. So Craggle is going to be on the other guy. Also, this is like, it's like straight up not working half the time now. Helps when I spell it right, but there we go. Okay, perfect speller. Walking Disaster is probably the best option. Gives me a couple of options here. Impactor is pretty funny. I don't know if this is worth it. Kaboomel's kind of funny too. But Walking Disaster gives me options if I get silenced. I can still do other stuff. And then I would like something with Kazing. I don't care too much about defensive stuff on him. Strong Speller? What does Strong Speller have? His Apple has Oomph. Supreme Healer has Kazing and Hustle Dance, which is pretty good. Maybe I just get Supreme Healer on both of them. Or Mystic. Mystic's pretty good too. Website's pretty slow sometimes. It doesn't have Hustle Dance though. Okay, so we'll get Supreme Healer and Perfect Speller? Was it Perfect Speller I wanted? No, it was Walking Disaster. Okay, so we gotta find out Rabid Rector or Tentacular. Tentacular is nature, right? And nature family. Okay. So we can actually search for one right now, because we're gonna need that later. Mystic's just a bunch of healing spells. This is the first DQ game I played, yeah. I mean, I played the first one like 20 years ago. But, okay. Anyway, that's enough of that. Like I said, we're probably not even going to play PvP tonight. We're probably not going to get to a point where we can do that. The goal here is mostly collecting stuff. So I need stuff with... I need to be able to make Supreme Healer twice. And I need Walking Disaster. And then I'll probably just grab one defensive trait, probably Holy Warder or Hard Warder. If you guys don't know what this is the Mole Hole. It's another thing that I think is very, very stupid about PvP in this game. The Mole Hole basically allows you to recatch any monster that you have already befriended, whether through synthesis or through just scouting them in the wild. So it means that stuff like X ranks that take like a very, very long time to combine up and require like rare egg monsters and stuff like that are much easier to get. A second time at least. And it's imperative for competitive play to be able to do that, because there's so many skills and traits and stuff that are just hidden away on super strong guys or super rare guys, and if you had to synth up to them every single time, it would not be worth playing. It would take so long. Also, there's Mystic right here. We could try and get one Mystic. We also need to try and get large monsters, right? So there's a lot of stuff we gotta go for. We're just gonna straight up scout and see what we can get. All right, not great chances. I don't have a great scouting team. I don't really care. We're not looking for this guy. We're looking for the big squid. I seem pretty familiar with a lot of the mechanics and ins and outs. I mean, oh, hell yeah, look at that. I just spent a lot of time learning about the game. I have a knack for this type of game. It's not like I'm gifted or anything, but like, I love this type of shit, and I think it's part of why I'm so mad about the PvP, because I really wanted it to be something else. Okay, we're gonna Rock Bomb Shard, and then we will defend, ping? Ping this guy, and then this guy has ping as well. Ping him. So we're gonna raise our, what do you call it? We're going to raise our wisdom. Gives a better chance to scout. Does my brain parse numbers well? I have to think about it a little bit. What? You fuck! No! Come on, join my team. Ah, you dick. No! Alright, well, let's try that again. I have everyone set to just attack constantly, I think. It was a mistake on my part. To be fair, I could just defend with him as well. Natural analytical guy. Studying games and figuring them out, yeah. How I gain intellectual stimulation. It sounds very robotic when you say it that way, but it's really true. It's what I have fun doing in games. In fighting games, I spend time in training mode, trying to figure out new stuff. You don't need, and that's the thing that, like, training mode in fighting games, I actually talked about this in the video, where there's some characters I play in fighting games that I'll never play in tournament, but I bring them into training mode all the time because they're fun to, like, mess around with. And that's a type of character balance, a type of letting your player do what they want, that's, like, really welcome, you know? That's the shit I like. Also, I never finished Oakley over here. I tried to make a big tree for competitive play, and I just did not have enough. Like, his stats are not good. We got, what, 2 max stats? HP's not maxed, defense, agility, wisdom aren't maxed. So I don't even have the right talents on him, I don't think. I think I saw how low his stats were, and I was just like, fuck it. We'll make it work later. 'Cause he's got some fun traits. Absorbent touch, ultra crafty magic drainer, and collective punishment. So he can just attack constantly and steal life. It's fun. You can have 3 defensive trees on him, I think. Where's the best team to set up as scouters? Gold slimes? Yes. I mentioned Wisdom Man. Does that help with scouting? Basically, yeah. If you have extremely high attacking stats, so Wisdom or attack, the show of force is stronger for the opponent, for the monster. I'm looking for tactics. He's on healing. That's crazy. All right, whatever. Let's try this again. All right, we're gonna rock bomb shard. So this is the thing I don't actually know. I don't know if this shit helps, but it seems to help when they're, like, lower on life. I don't know anything about the mechanics of actually catching, and it doesn't actually tell you much in-game in the help. Okay, we're gonna spend 2 turns pinging with this guy, I think. And we'll defend here. Here. It does help, okay. Well, I mean, it seems like it does, so. Learning Tekken 7 and prep for Tekken 8. Realized I really like the process of learning info, even if it means a lot of losses. Yeah. It's part of why the ranked in this feels so bad, because there was a week where it's like, wow, this shit is, like, very powerful and not super fun, but I'm learning a lot. And it hasn't changed. It's the exact same thing. People figured it out immediately. And I mean, people have optimized those teams a little bit more, but, like, what's the point? You're still not playing the game, really. The game is allowing you to not play it. Hey, OG Bladeheart, thank you for the follow. Very kind of you. Okay, so now we're in a pretty good spot to scout him, I do believe. Or better than, like, the 7% or whatever it was. Spectacular is eating his fill, let's go. Yeah, a little bit better than last time. Tiny bit better. So I threw the rock bomb shard, lowered his life, and then I threw 2 better beastie bites at him. What's the best talent setup for Lieutenant Goresby Purvis? Just asking as I plan on using him. Were you the one who asked if I had, like, a good build for him? Someone was asking me that. And I think it's pretty interesting because he's got, like, a pretty unique set of talents. I think they don't really all work together, but he's an attacker, right? So you would have 1 attacking tree. Basically, with someone like him, you would probably give him attacks that fill in for the rest of your team. Whether you have 1 guy or 2 guys or however many guys are on your team, one other guy or two other guys, however many other guys are on your team, you would probably give him a tree that like fills in the gaps, because he's got a little bit of leeway on what he can actually run. I got a couple of choices, and then 2 defensive trees, which would probably just be like Hard Warder and Cyclone Shield. Those are like Hard Warder, Cyclone Shield is like the go-to defensive stuff. You could also do Hard Warder or Cyclone Shield, one or the other, and attack 4. Oh, yeah, I grabbed a whole bunch of stuff before you guys were here. Okay, and now we're gonna catch a bunch of large stuff, I think. We want to find the largest monsters we can, because we want our 2 boys to be large.
Morpheus subbing for 40 months in the death basket.
Hey, thank you, Macho Cheese, very kind of you. Morpheus, Orpheus. Drinking a 40 in his sub basket. Thanks, Macho. Very kind of you. I just realized I do not have... I do have the alert box up on here. It's just... it's weird. Oh, that's Streamlabs. Yeah, this wonder... that explains why I wasn't seeing it. I was like, what the fuck? Alright. I was so confused why it wasn't popping up. It's because I haven't actually used this one yet. So I need browser source. Twitch alerts. Awesome. There's a strong way to go about making True Dragon Lord. True Dragon Lord is what? Fire damage, right? I'm gonna be honest, like, there's a lot of stuff I haven't seen in PvP, right? So I have pretty good ideas of how they would work. But if you're looking for me to tell you, like, off the top of my head what the best build for a monster I've never actually seen in competitive play is, you'd have to give me a rundown of its traits. Also, a thing that's very funny about this is the spike on this dude's head makes him look like he's huge. But, it's very, very... like, it's like an optical illusion, basically. Don't know, I want to use agility booster to patch up his kind of lackluster agility. You can do a lot of stuff with monsters that have low agility. If your monster's not using statuses, they don't really need to be high agility. You can use your other monsters to set up for him to do damage. Like S-Dark, for example. Very, very low agility, but because of that, you know, I have a gameplay around it. Multidisciplinary agility booster. If you want a third talent, I would do probably Cyclone Shield or Hard Warder. Take a look at his defenses and see what you think is better. Also, I still can't get over how small the Throngler is. He's such a tiny boy. Okay, items. How many rock bomb shards do I have? 18? We're gonna go on a little catching spree. We need a big slime, so this is part of the process, right? Cyclone Shield comes from Rainbow Eggs? No, Cyclone Shield is a combo of... is it Bang Ward and Whoosh Ward? I think that's what it is. If I remember correctly. If you have max Bang Ward and max Whoosh Ward. Yeah, a lot of the elemental wards do combine. There's a lot of different ones. There's Tremor Shield, which is, I think, Bang and... no, it's not Bang. Is it Bang? Or is it Frizz and Crag? It's Crag and something. But they also have status res. So, like, Cyclone Shield has stun res. That's the reason you use it. we get away with regular beastie bites? I don't want to use all my better beastie bites. Oh, no. Okay, no, fine. I didn't mess up. I made the right play. Don't plan on doing anything PvP related? So, yeah, that's fine then. Your dude's gonna be super powerful for the regular game. Dude, I love Superior Slime. He's so cool. I wish his talents weren't so goofy, or his traits weren't so goofy. They don't really have a lot of use together. Now we get over the comical names for the Magic and DQ series. This is the game's way of telling us not to take it too seriously. That should have been the first hint. Dude, hell yeah, let's go. 37%? Not too shab. Alright, cool. We're catching some stuff. We're gonna have to level those guys up to 100. But I want to find, like, the biggest dudes I can find first. Oh my god, look at that. He's right there. It's a good start. I found a very, very small one, like a size 1 earlier, which is really neat, but the opposite of what I need. Alright, we need the big ham. Big ham bone. Okay. There's... The Hamming est Shamwich. I've already picked names for them, by the way. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description. But I'm going with Hambone for Shamhawich, and Ham Shamwich is the Governor. So we got Hambone and the Governor, and this is the beginning of their adventure. Am I going with 2 big pigs? I am, yeah. They have such a funny set of talents. Well, I keep saying talents, I mean traits. They have such a funny set of traits that, like, they're probably not strong enough for how overwhelming PvP currently is, but it's like at a level where I can make upsets and have it be funny. Angered already? Alright, let's fight him and see what happens. Alright, I gave you a shot, but my guys are gonna blow up. There you go. GG's. This is a monster catching game. Oh, look at that! First try! Streamer luck, baby. The monster to join you? Yes. Okay, so we got the Tentacular, who's not a big mon, but we can combine him with something who's super big. And then what did I want? Material? Boss. What did I have? Max stats. I went with Beast. No, not material. I went with Beast, Nature, Slime, and Boss. Question mark. What effects of a monster will you join after whooping? What effects if a monster will join after you whoop their ass? I couldn't tell you. It happens sometimes and it doesn't happen other times. Okay, I'm trying to find... Mud Mannequin's got a real low capture rate, but this is a big-ass one. Grey Gnarl? Any talent recommendations? I would focus on abusing Absorbing Touch. Oh, I fucked up. Yeah, I would focus on abusing Absorbing Touch, because it's really, really annoying. So, if you were to give him, like, Attack 4 and Pest Controller or whatever, you could make it really tough for a lot of opponents to just, like, get off the ground. Because say you're fighting, like, a Zoma or whatever, right? I guess Zoma is not affected by Pest Controller, but bad example. But if you're fighting something that, or another good example is the Cetacean Sorcerer, right? Alright, you said you're not planning on doing PvP though, right? But yeah, I think that would be a good idea. Is you just absorb their MP and then beat their ass with that. How big is that guy? I know, he's a big boy. Trying to make a team to counter meta, or just having some fun with funny monsters. This is a stress relief team. I'm not trying to counter the meta, but I do think this team specifically will give a couple of very good teams a hard time. Maybe it won't. I don't actually know. But the theory is it will. And at the absolute worst, I can be super annoying. And given how these games play out, that's enough for me.
Here.
Who's got cooler swords? S-Stark or Trom? I think Trom's got cooler swords. Because his are like hook swords, they go out. And stuff that goes the opposite way is good. Okay, I'm gonna do regular beastie bites. Regular old beastie boys. Oh, for that's just don't care enough to mess with the meta builds. Yeah. Yeah, and like, I mean, I talked about this in the video that's coming up, and I talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the stream, where there's no point in playing a game being mad because you want it to be different than it is. And like, it's a very maddening experience to be like, this game is so close, and I really enjoy elements of it, but like, it just is not where I want it to be. But it doesn't really matter if it's not where you want it to be. The game is the game, and you can just not play it. Or you can not take it seriously. If, you know, it's that bad. So, that's the play. That's what we're gonna do.
Here.
We're gonna try and make some fun stuff. Because I still want to make shorts and stuff for this. But, alright. Whatever. I gave you 2 meats, and this is how you repay me. This mud mannequin. Hell yeah, brother. You can join my team. Single player was really fun. Single player was really fun. I really enjoyed this game. And I talk about that too. The best parts of this game are just playing it. Single player. I mean, the graphics are terrible, and the platforming that it shoehorns in because, while you're in a 3D space, we might as well make some platforming puzzles, is kind of awful. But it's not that big of a deal, right? It's a pretty good game. I'm realizing I have a limiter on, and I'm still going over here. What if I put the limiter all the way down here? Check. Yeah, so I guess 1 dB down isn't enough for it to not clip. We're gonna go at a 2 dB down. Bop bop. Like the water one. I think the actual puzzles are fine. I think what makes them kind of frustrating is just the platforming. The elements of like walking around. It doesn't feel great. Okay, this is a big nature boy. We're gonna combine him with the tentacular. And then we'll have 1. But we basically have to have double what we have of everything here. I also need to get Supreme Healer onto my guy. Oh, I fucked up. Well, let's see if they just... Oh, you're gonna magic versa. Okay. Join my team. Oh. Reloading this time takes a long time. Didn't realize the monster treat stack. Yeah, you'll get a little comment at the end that's like, this monster has had its fill. I don't know how they stack, but I just always feed more than 1 because, you know, the game lets me. And I'm like holding down and pressing A, mashing A. Just no real good like challenge or anything to do post game, so yeah, like people just go to PvP. Yeah, I think that's part of it, right? If there was like, the challenge dungeons are weird. Like the, whatever his name is, Coach Joe or whatever. I did one of them, and it's like, you have to find a key to go to the next room. And I looked for an hour, and I could not find the monster with the key. And it's like, what was I supposed to do? Like, where was the key? There's no key here. What the fuck is happening? So I just, you know, I didn't try a second time. They also require like very specific teams, and at the time I didn't have a lot of stuff. Basically, Gorsby Purvis is going to be the main attacker. I want to be unique and have Grey Gnarl as a healer that can hit like a truck. Yeah, I mean, you can do that. Okay. More rock bombs. This thing, it's a good idea, but yeah, the key can be a pain to find sometimes, and it's not that hard once you know what you're doing. Yeah. Like, I just got bored. I was like, I searched every room in this area. It's a maze, but like I searched every room and I couldn't find it, so I don't know where it's hiding. Just a place to get some accessory rewards, or maybe a monster you don't want to synthesize to. The fact the rewards are so bad is why I don't do it, right? It would be nice if there's a reason to do it, but I could see it being like a speedrun thing, like, oh, I'm gonna beat the all slimes one as quickly as possible or whatever. And maybe there wouldn't be like an actual like SDA leaderboard or whatever. But you know, you could do some stuff with that. I do want to do like challenge runs of this game, but I don't have a ton of ideas. I think that's probably something that requires more gameplay. I think something like synthing up to a monster like as early as possible and then just using that monster for the whole game or something like that. But the game's not really made for that. The game kind of wants you to combine your guys down, because a monster that is the offspring of two synth monsters is going to be like 100 times stronger. Okay, I think we just kill a couple of these. Oh! Okay, I was thinking Razorburn would actually be a very good talent for Piggy because it has Disruptive Wave and Wave of Relief. That could be an interesting one. Only challenge runs I can think of would be like Slime Only, Beast Only, or Solo Monster. Yeah. I mean, you can also do Nuzlocke stuff pretty easily. The catching and stuff works like that. But it's also possible it was just because, you know, what's his name? Or what's the game? Digimon World 2 is just such a grind in general. But the whole, like, combining your guys down to like get bigger stats and whatever is kind of a drag in a, what do you call it, in a Nuzlocke. Speedrun is already down to like 5 hours 6 minutes. I've been trying to route it better. I have absolutely no interest in a 5-hour speedrun. I don't have the mentality for that. I don't have the patience for that. I would get very frustrated very quickly. I've done a little bit of speedrunning in my time. If you guys don't know, I'm world record holder for the speedrun of Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2. The prestigious speedrun everybody knows. But I spent a lot of time like routing that out. And then I got my world record run, and then I realized as soon as I uploaded it that I could have saved like an extra 2 minutes very easily without trying. So I was like, oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna give him a better Beastie Bites. Give him a regular one and a better one. Let's see what he's... We're up to 30. That's not too bad for a boss. Woo-hoo! Streamer luck, baby. We got it. You know me from the Matt Hoffman run. That's what I'm most famous for. Dude, the Matt Hoffman run was so funny because I would stream it. I would stream my attempts to like route it out, and I had one friend who was like into the game, like an IRL friend who would watch, and you know, it was fun to like go through that with a friend. But then I had maybe 1 or 2 other people watching at max. Like if I broke 3 people watching, it was a good day for Matt Hoffman. My Monster Rancher streams always did pretty well considering, you know, the fact that 99% of people on Twitch stream to like 1 person. I think we're just gonna dunk on a few of these guys to reset the room. Critical magic burst, yeah, that was necessary. My Monster Rancher streams, even when they were like really small, I would get like 15 people watching, like at the absolute beginning, which is a great motivator because, you know, most people don't get that. Nature? No, this thing's undead, right? I don't care then. But yeah, the Matt Hoffman stuff was so funny. And there was this one regular in my channel. He doesn't really hang out in here anymore. But he used to come in and he would like talk to me and then he'd be like, oh, this other guy's streaming, so I'm gonna watch them instead. See you later. It's like, what the fuck, dude? just disappear. You don't have to tell me that. Felt so bad every time. I was like, what the fuck? Hated it. Matt Hoffman Rancher? Hell yeah. And just multi-stream drift in that case. Yeah, this may have been before. Oh my god, a second one? That is crazy, dude. Alright. Okay, so this gives me the opportunity to put both Disruptive Wave and Healing Wave on both of my guys. I really only need it on the one, but I do want 2 large boss mons for the combo. So, I mean, either way, having both of them would be pretty sweet. Digimon World 2 is such a bad game to try Nuzlocke. I fucked up! Yeah, I played it on 8 times speed, and still after like 6 or 7 streams, I was like, that's enough. We don't need to play this anymore. I got to endgame. I got to the last, like right before you get to the last dungeon, where they have like all of the, hold up, you gotta do all of this like tedious bullshit now. And yeah, I stopped playing. I think we had one stream where, because I hit the level cap and I couldn't like go further into the game with my current team, I had to DNA Digivolve everyone down, and just grinding them back up to the cap took the entire 5-hour stream at 8 times speed. Or 4 times speed or whatever it was. And it was just like, oh, okay, well, this is not a stream game. This is not a game to play in front of people. I can do this on my own time. The only streamer you watch? I'm kind of like that too. It's so funny because when I raid people afterwards, I know most people don't stay. Like, if you're watching me, you know, not to be conceited about it, but like, you're watching me because it's me. You're not necessarily watching because it's something that's on. Some people do, and that's fine, like whatever, I'm not that special. But if I go raid somebody, a lot of people are not like, I did it, fuck, stupid auto battle. But a lot of people are like just not interested in whoever I raid. And that's fine, it's whatever, I don't care. But I hang out and I watch whatever stream I raid. And that's the only time I watch streams, is when I raid someone. It's just, yeah, that's what it is. Do a scissor claw completely breaks the game. It's very expensive though. I kept running out of MP using it. I did get it. I got an Akuamon. I think Rainy Particle is the only person I've ever kept up with who you rated. Rainy Particle, I hope he's streaming tonight now. But Rainy Particle has the most wholesome stream I've ever seen. He's the most adorable guy. And like, it's hard to explain the vibe he has, but It's like the most heartwarming thing in the world. I can't describe it. The dude is great. He's just like so stoked on life without being excited, which is like the funny part. Because, you know, we raid like Fat Platypus and people like that who are like really positive and have great energy and things like that. He's like me. He's like low energy, except he's like Bizarro me, where he just thinks everything is great all the time. So if you want to watch a stream that's like me, playing similar games to what I play, but the guy's just always in a good mood and always just like, all right, guys. Yeah, I'm having fun. Then you should go check out Rainy Particle on Twitch, because I love his stream, man. Okay. We know the order of operations at this point. Just give you an idea. What if I use Razorburn's talent for the third time on Birth and Purpose? For PvE, you can get really creative. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Suggesting DQM PvP? He probably wouldn't. He'd be like, oh no, they got Frenzied State. Oh well. I don't think it's possible for him, or he would find it very funny.
Here.
Yeah, that's the single player of this game. Even endgame is not very hard. Especially if you have a team that's like even like remotely competitive. But it does allow you to try a lot of interesting stuff. What area am I in that has Razorburn just walking around? This is the mole hole. Also, what? What the fuck? Did I only feed him one? Did I not use the rock bomb shard? Oh, I did only feed him one. I don't know how much of a difference that's gonna make. This is gonna be pretty bad. 15%. Not a great chance! Okay, well, let's see if we can just beat him up. Hey, Zanaga, how are you doing? Hope you've been well. But yeah, the DLC is extremely good. In the sense that it should have been part of the base game, and it is completely egregious that they made you pay extra money for it. We did it again, folks. I already have a Razorburn as well, so it's less chances if you have one already. Is that how it works? Okay, that makes so much sense, because I noticed it's like, I have this guy, or I just caught one, and I would try to catch a second one, and the chance would be like way lower. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, I am looking for big nature and big booty. No, we're looking for big nature and big slime. Big slime's over here. And big nature. Hey, look at that. Alright, that's a pretty good start. Worked like that in the original games too? I fucking messed up. Oh, that's cool. It is like you stacking the same monster easily for some reason, trying to get 4 gem slimes. Ah, yes. But at least gem slime you can, like, I guess for most monsters you can synth for, but yeah, that sounds terrible. Made it to the water puzzle and the upper echelon zoomed out, and the puzzle reset, and you're like, no, I'll try again later. Dude. So once you know how to do the puzzle, and once you've been to the last room, it's very, very quick to do it. It doesn't take very long at all. But getting to that point is like the hard part. Okay, I think I have a big one of these boys. Let's I also have to get Supreme Healer on both my guys somehow. Which means I'm gonna have to do some combining before we get all the big boys. I am gonna need monsters with Cure All, and I'm gonna need monsters with... Getting a huge Flutter Slime would be nice, but that's kind of unlikely. I'm just gonna try a one-shot on this guy, and if I don't catch him, that's fine. We'll go get a Flutter Slime so we can get Cure All, Then we need to get paramedic or healer, which are both pretty easy to get. I keep saying, wow, these dungeons are for literal children, and then every upper echelon dungeon had me like, yeah. So I'm going to ruin it for you and everyone else, but every dungeon has the same gimmick. You know, they have different gimmicks, but they all have the exact same pattern, which is it's linear all the way to the end, and then the last puzzle in the dungeon requires backtracking one step, and then you can finish it. That's literally every... Also, we caught him, but that's every dungeon in the upper echelon is like that. It's just linear, 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 linear. You get to the end. Oh, I gotta step back once. Okay, and now I can proceed. Which is kind of a silly way to do it, but you know, it is what it is. All right, we caught a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna go catch a flutter slime. Flame splitter on Razorburn? Yeah, that seems good. I love Don Mole's glasses. Okay, so we go here.
Zoom!
I don't actually know what season they're in. I can probably get them in the fall, though. Trying to come up with a water caster since a lot of the top tier monsters are weak to water. Use Overtoad. Puff Poise is probably pretty good too. But I've seen Overtoad a couple of times, and Tidal Wave with Overtoad seems rough to deal with. Okay, nothing in the winter. Oh wait, does this guy not show up in the... when it's raining candy? I think he doesn't. I hate this. I'm gonna wait for weather. I'm gonna try to catch an angel slime. I forget what it has. It has Cupid, right?
Now.
Why not get a unicorn? Or what? Pretty decent healing? Because I don't want a unicorn. I want 2 piggies. Unicorn is like a busted healer. But then again, it's another thing where it's just like, maybe you get lucky. Maybe you keep popping Mist Me and getting the double into like a super good hustle dance over and over again. Or maybe you don't and you just instantly lose. Because half the times I fight that team, Almighty and Unicorn, half the times I instantly win and half the times I just cannot do any damage. Alright, this is not working. Let's look at our Monsterpedia real quick, because I need to see... what Flutter Slime's all about. Rank C? Okay, we can look up rank C. AI loves Miss Me, yeah. Also Sobering Slap that might wake up teammates from sleep. Yeah, I don't use much status in my team. Or any, really. I use debilitation pretty heavily. Yeah, we're going to C in the mole hole. But don't people use King Jester Slime a lot? Like the big one? I think it's because everything it does is just... it needs to be big to like really get its good combo of traits with Tit for Tat and Grudge and Sobering Slap. But it's usually not good to have a big guy that's just there to die. Hey, love the Jill Monster Hunter video. Thank you. I think it turned out pretty good. Supersedes life. Hell yeah. Brutal nobody. Hey, how are you doing? It has grudges small, right? But did you hear what I said about the combination of traits that makes it good, which is sobering slap and tit for tat and grudge? I've seen a couple of people run it small. I do think the big one is the one that's like looks really, really enticing, but I think if you're gonna run it, you need to run it small. Go for a nice Jill sandwich. Me too. I'm actually not too hungry right now. Alright. Oh, dude, no way. This is like the craziest streamer luck. We're just catching shit constantly. A big cure slime. Yeah, big flutter slime, whatever. Easy. Easy every time. I probably don't need to do this, but we're gonna do it anyway. Yeah, Zephyr, you're falling into the kind of trap that I am, where it's like, oh, this looks good. Oh, this looks good. Oh, how come no one uses this? And it's like, you gotta make the monsters to see if it's actually good or not. There's like 100 monsters where I'm like, oh, this looks really cool. I'd like to build that. And then I haven't. Because who's got time for that? That's another unfortunate part about this game, is that it seems like there's so much viability, you know? Mom brought me 4 loaves of Panaton from the store we both work at. Takes so much willpower not to devour them all in a day. Dude, I was talking to my my coach, and I was talking because my boxing session yesterday went awful. It was brutal. He'd been away in France for basically a month, and that last month I didn't have any work, so I wasn't doing any physical activity. I basically just sat on my ass and ate for like 3 weeks. So I was feeling it, but he was talking about how he, like, earlier in that week he ate like an entire Panaton in one day, and I'm like, all right, so it's not just me. Let's try scouting. Yeah. Okay, I didn't need to. I didn't need to try that hard. I had 65% of my gem slime.
You're one of us.
Oops. Most insane. Yeah, I'm making them very slowly. Hell yeah, it's that time of year. Yeah. Most insane scouting team I found in Dragon Quest Monsters 4 gem slimes. Yeah, that's the way to do it. But just like everything else in this game, I'm not going to do stuff that I find unfun, you know? And grinding for that seems very unfun to me. Alright, I got a lot of stuff. Let's take stock of how much we got, and we'll see what's up. I have a Prism Peacock mostly ready, but the Damselfly and aforementioned Jester Slime are not. Gloves I have are like these pockets of chocolate sauce in them. Oh my god. Can you confirm they're really great monsters I can't make because they're time consuming? I've still never made Zoma. There's so many monsters that are like good that I haven't made. I like how I open this door and there's just like top tier threat. Big snaky boy just hanging out. Dude, look how small Throngler is. A Throngler is looking for something or other. That's, yeah, I believe it. He's looking for his shins. Little Cotton Hill looking ass. Alright. So, let's start leveling up some stuff. Is Spitnik Blue Moon funny enough for a meme team? That sounds cool. Spitnik's got crazy combos of traits, and he's got like 700 defense. He seems like really interesting. Probably not very good, but I killed 50 monsters. Alright, so what do I need for leveling? I just need this guy, basically. And that's about it. I don't need anything else. So let's put all the big stuff we just found, put that shit on our team. I don't need a mud mannequin. He's just very large. I guess, yeah, we can level him up. Razor burn. And then, is there a small anything? Okay, so I still have... I have a ham shatwitch somewhere. Shatwitch. Where's my beasties? I swear I do. Just this guy? I don't even have a sham hatwitch? Alright, so I guess I gotta go find one. That's the last thing I gotta do. All changes will be lost. Am I sure? No. We'll go back into the mole hole. He's what? F? So I don't need a strong team for it. I can just use what I have here. Pretty easy. Let's go find a little ham. Ham Shatner. That'd be a good name too. Can I ever say after playing PvP that King Hydra is devastating? I just need to think of a better team comp. Which I don't feel like doing. King Hydra's got some interesting stuff, yeah. Alright. I think he's F. I just want to make sure. Oops. Wrong button. He's G? G. Alright, we gotta go down. We gotta leave and come back. Yeah, making the first gem slime is a huge pain in the ass. Getting ball heaved is so annoying. And if you don't have the mole hole, getting ball heaved every time is just awful. You're an Uber in Crystalinda today? Nice. Dude, this is a tiny little caterpillar. Look at that. He's zooming because he's so small. They don't like adjust their speed for how big or small they are. It's funny because like the really, really big monsters that you can find out in the field, the extra large guys, like basically don't move because they're moving the same distance they would be moving if they were small. All right, let's just kill some stuff. An insane luck with catching Crystalinda Colin at 1.7%. Yeah. There's so many G rank monsters, it might actually take longer to catch our little ham than anyone else. But, you know. What are you doing with your time? You're watching me. So you've already made a mistake. You can afford to watch me grind this out. It's so interesting that you mentioned Spitnik. Spitnik and Bad Moon obviously is like the sun and the moon. That's a fun team. Oh my god, look at this little guy. Don't run away from me, little guy. We're definitely gonna have to combine him a couple of times because he's far too small. But dude, look at that. Look at how big the circle is around him. What the hell? Now. He's so cute. We'll have to combine him with like the biggest guy I have, and then he still may not be large. But we're gonna swap him out for S-Stark. And now we're gonna go level. We've got the big pig and the little pig. A big pig. Alright, let's leave the mole hole. We found basically everything we need. Not too bad. That's why you want to build it? Yeah, it's fun. It'd be cool. I mean, I basically decided to do this team because I made the thumbnail first for the video. and I was like, I like the way the thumbnail looks. And that was it. If you guys aren't on YouTube, here, let me show you real quick. Let me show you. That's the thumbnail. I just like, I was just messing around and I made this and I was like, yeah, we're gonna make this team. Subbed on YouTube? Well, thank you. I think the thumbnail turned out pretty well. Hey, Cheez-Its. Thank you for the follow. And I apologize to everyone else whose alerts just had sound and didn't actually pop up. That was a mistake earlier. But, you know, I did say thank you to everybody. I didn't miss anybody today. We've actually got like almost an equal amount of people on YouTube and Twitch today, which is interesting. My Twitch viewership is like very, very specific based on the day because, you know, people expect me to stream on certain days. And that makes sense. But they don't really watch on off days. Oh shit, it's Bill. Stuff like Bill probably seems really messed up to people who are like new to the channel. Okay, let's bumper ball it. You got bumper bonus ball? Yeah. We got the good one, we might as well use the good one. The Guru Goat Mesh one I think is a little bit more self-explanatory. Which is an insane thing to say, but I do believe it's true. Alright, we got no slime here. Check the other two areas and then... Very confused by Bill. We played Magic Pendule like 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago on stream, and we made him and a bunch of other little guys. And at that point, it's been a little while since I've done this because, you know, I don't have a lot of time to do the stuff I like to do with the stream anymore. But every time we played a new game, or a new franchise, I should say, we added, like, a channel point redemption that, like, screwed up the whole screen. Or, like, was super annoying, or whatever. So we have one for, like, Monster Rancher 2, one for Monster Rancher 1, one for Monster Hunter, one for Digimon, one for Magic Pendule. Okay, get some stuff. Okay, he doesn't recognize me. He like almost walked into me. He's like, oh Christ. Redeemed name monster earlier. I thought it'd be good to name it King Moosebones. It was nice to see me beat up monsters as a monster. Alright, we'll name someone King Moosebones, but these pigs already have names. So we'll name something else King Moosebones. Oh my god. Dude, that is... Look at the graphics. Like, what's happening to the performance? Piggy's moving fine, but it did not like rotating. I am gonna do myself a little butterfly bop. And then the other two don't matter at all. Cool. Hat's super massive black hat, yeah. Alright, there's gonna be a lot of XP. One named Barney Rumble? No, they are... Barney Rumble would be good, too. These are all names that we could name other monsters. And I'm totally fine with, like, building a monster for competitive play that I'm going to use and just using a name for... that someone else came up with. We got the Throngler. Right? Hat happened. Yeah. No, their names are... Hambone and The Governor. and you will respect them as such. That was a pretty good amount of XP. I do like that it levels up everyone in your paddock as well. You don't actually need to keep bringing them out. They get a quarter of the experience. So everyone in my paddock just got like 900k. Got Howich in DQX and called it Mr. Pig, hell yeah. I used one for my entire story mode in this game. Zoom. I named it Chopsy. Chopsy's a pretty good name too. Seeing the big and small pig side by side makes me think that also needs to be a team. What could I do with that? No, so I agree. I do agree, but also the thing is that I want the big pig because it has Uber Dragon's Bane, which is like, why are they attacking me? What the fuck? No one's afraid of me. Why? Dude, that's such a huge difference in size. That's so funny. What the hell? Oh my god. Baconator and Son of Baconator. Big pig, small pig, and damselfly. That's how you make your team competitively viable. You just slap damselfly in there. Or fucking bodkin. Yeah, there you go. We did it. We upset the balance of the meta. I definitely do need to name a monster Barney Rumble, though. And, obviously, King Moose Bones, because someone actually redeemed for that. No one's afraid of this team. Are they, like, specifically trying to pick on the little pig? Are they like, that guy's so fucking small? I'm not afraid of him. Pretty sure the Flyers are always aggressive, so they're not out of reach. The Hell Ninos aren't. They will run away from you. Lots of the other Flyers are, though. Like all the Drakkies and stuff. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. Alright. Not a great mix, but, I mean... it's fine, it'll work. Oh yeah, I don't have skills on them. Should probably do that. Get him. Get him, little piggy. Get him, big piggy. That'd be a little bit of experience. Not a whole lot. 750,000. It's a decent a bit. Okay, so yeah, I should give them talents. Just so they have something to attack with. Child breather. Doesn't really matter. We're not keeping any of this. But now they can attack. They can beat stuff that's not slimes. Alright, nothing here. This guy doesn't want to show up, eh? About here. These guys. Personally, just like walking the way to one of them, see if I spot an egg. It's almost the exact same speed. It's just slightly slower, but yeah, if you see an egg, then it makes the walk worth it. But I'm pretty sure the eggs here already spawned, and I just haven't been getting them. So like I know exactly where they are. And they're just out of the way, so I haven't bothered. I think there's like 2 egg mons I haven't gotten yet. I don't think I've gotten Tiger Gram. I may have, but I don't think I have. And I think I'm missing Chihuahua Worm as well. But I think that's it. I think I got everything else. It's also nice that there's a lot of monsters that are like otherwise pretty complicated to synth together. That you can just get in eggs, like Phoenix. Just being able to get Phoenix without having to actually synth for it. Dude, I'm like at level like 90 on my guys, and they just do not give a shit. I juked that guy out pretty good. Hey, hell yeah. Okay. I don't think the Dracolite's still chasing me. No, he's gone. So if I can get him to the other corner. Ah, he might. Ah, he ran into a tree. 2? 2's still pretty good. Do they just not want to use MP? Whatever. Okay, Ham Sandwich maxed out. I would like to keep him on the team just because he looks so neat, but we will go to the paddock and swap him out for something else first. Because if he's at 100, I don't need anything else on him. That boy's done. Okay, so that's a good chunk of it done. Let's swap some stuff out. Swap this guy for... hold on, let me first favorite it. Swap him out for large cure slime, and then this guy is what, 95? Okay, so we'll swap him out for this, because he'll just hit 100 in the tank at this point. And these guys are both 80, they can hang out there. Okay, cool. And so this is like how you quickly level a bunch of stuff up. As soon as they're like close to 100, you just put them in the box, and then you start raising other stuff, and then it'll hit 100 like very quickly afterwards. But this way I'm not like grinding out those last 5 levels. And he'll hit it, I don't have to do anything. Okay, still nothing here. Let's go to Toothache Lake. And then we'll do the loop again. Really unfortunate that Circle of Conquest slimes are worth so much more XP. They're such a higher level than the rest. The ones in Caprice are pretty good too, but nothing's as good as the ones you can get Circle of Conquest. But mon spawns with the attack that damages metal slimes? None. There is no metal slash in this game. What you could go for is anything that has slime squisher. Metal medley and metal beater are traits that make metal slimes like particularly weak. So if you want a monster that has stuff like that, Hunter mech is like a very, very good anti-slime mon. Hunter mech being the first that, like, it goes Hunter mech, killing machine, and then over killing machine, promenator, uber killing machine. It just won't look at me, eh? There we go, he saw me. We try to lure them away from other monsters because if nothing else spawns in the area, then there's a bigger chance to have more metal slimes. You get 3 slimes. Here we will butterfly bop. Then the other 2 don't matter. Because that's it. Yeah. Hatchet Man works as well if it lands. That's true. Yeah, the crit. See, they're like almost there too. So now we're just going to throw all these mons in the box and we're going to go get our next combo. And we'll be able to see, once we get there, that the little sham hat witch is going to be maxed out. The reason we're raising everything to level 100 first, before doing any synthesis, is that when a monster is synthed, it absorbs 25% of the stats of both parents. So 25% of the stats of one parent and 25% of the stats of the other parent. So you want to synth with this to make end grinding a lot easier. Because, you know, realistically with any monster, if you have enough seeds of wisdom and life and strength and whatever, you can just max out all their stats. But if you don't have all those, you don't have hundreds of them lying around, it can be pretty tedious. So we're just doing this now. See, look at level 100. Just doing this now, so we don't have to worry about it later. This guy will swap out for a king squid. This razor burns 81. This guy's 97. Yeah, we'll swap those out. And then this tentacular. Do I have another small guy I want? I can just max out photocopier. I don't really need the photocopier for anything, but I'm going to favorite him. I'm going to favorite him, favorite him, favorite him, favorite him. There, they're all favorited. Hunter mech is probably the easiest way to start farming metal slimes early game. Metal beater level 20 with multi-slash. Yeah. Are we in one more match story mode? No, we're not. So we may not even play PvP tonight. We are building a new team. We're building a little piggy team. And so I had to talk about what the team was and what my goals were. And then I had to do a little bit of brain thinking to figure out the best way to achieve it. And then we went and caught a bunch of monsters to synth, and now we're raising their levels. So this is going to be like start to finish. I'm not going to delete these VODs, but I will probably edit down this and then the next VOD into like one like concise video, like I did with the kind of like what I did with the what's the word I'm looking for? The spiny slime. Just so someone like new to the stream or watching or like doesn't know anything about PvP can like watch like a 40-minute video about the team instead of having to watch 8 hours. Yeah, I don't think I'll be getting rid of these VODs. I think they're pretty okay. Oh, I can see an egg. Yeah, that egg's been there forever. Okay, sick. Photocopier seems to be one of those monsters that a lot of people have trouble finding in eggs. And I found like 3, so I feel bad for them, but also I've seen other people be like, oh yeah, I've caught so many of this one thing that you don't have, so I don't feel too bad. I love the animations on Superior Slime so much. To make a skeleton and name him Bones Malone. Is that a reference to... Hold on. You know, I had a competitive dragon in Monster Rancher called Bones Malone, right? And then he eventually became Nick Ribcage because Bones Malone was a little bit understated. I have like 8 frightful conductors, so tired of seeing that guy. He's got such a shit-eating grin on his face. Fuck that guy. Has anyone tried a Confusion multi-persecutor build? I haven't seen Confusion multi-persecutor, but a really good one, if you want to be super, super irritating and just like no skillet, you can do Parched Peckerel, Sweet Breath, and then you do large Avian Android. His Avian Android has Ultra Crafty Sleeper. It's got Crafty Devil, so it actually basically has Ultra Crafty Sleeper plus 50%. So it's a 75% drop to the opponent's sleep res, and 25 to the rest of their other reses. But then it also has Insult to Injury, which means that when it attacks something that's statused, it does extra damage. So you use multi-persecutor with it after putting them to sleep with Parched Peckerel, and you get the multi-persecutor bonus, and you get the Insult to Injury bonus, and if they are still awake, you can use your first turn to put them to sleep instead. It's kind of brutal. It's like very powerful. And I've only seen that team once, and I don't know why, because I think it's pretty strong. Like, my team, this was before I had S-Dark, right? So I had no like kind of resistance to sleep on my team other than just having high res. And all my shit was still getting put to sleep anyway. And I was like, well, that sucks. And then also the multi-persecutor was hitting like 900 damage every turn. And it would attack twice, so it would just like one turn wipe my guys if he didn't use like a sleep attack first. It's just so much damage, man. I really like Avian Android, not because of, you know, it's kind of interesting because it is one of those builds, you know, it's one of those monsters. It's like built to sleep and like nothing else. But because the large one has Insult to Injury, it becomes like two-faceted, right? It's still like either putting them to sleep or using multi-persecutor and that's it. So it's not like a lot of brain power, but at least it gives you like a Boolean option, right? Instead of just being the one button, the war cry, you know? It's got more than just that. Also, if you want a lot of money, you can fight these guys. I don't actually have my money booster on. 2 of them though? God damn, dude. I really should give some of these guys, hold on. We didn't kill them? Alright, I'm gonna flee. They both ran away. But it's like, what, 5 grand for each of them or something? So we fleed. The reason we fleed, is because I didn't want to actually use the bumper ball there. You only get 25. That's another thing. Like, why is it a second DLC to just get like hourly items? Like the trunks the treasure trunks is not super necessary unless you want to play PvP. Then it becomes a huge time saver because I've never run out of bumper balls or bonus bumper balls. How's the pig team work? You want your burger slime? I feel that. If you guys don't know, there's McDonald's monsters in Japan only. And a couple of them have like really, really good talents. And it sucks because we can't get them. But I don't think you can use them in PvP. There's like something about it. time skipping the switch doesn't work on chests, yeah. So how's the pig team work? So one of them has benefaction, which, you know, boosts the stats of your team greatly when that monster gets KO'd. It also has last gasp, meaning that the first time it gets KO'd, it doesn't actually get KO'd. Or not last gasp, last legs. The first time it would be KO'd, it isn't KO'd. So it becomes a very good tank. And then when it does die, you know, you get boosts anyway. So it's no hard feelings on that. And additionally, it has Uber Dragon's Bane. So it does 3 times damage to dragons and lowers all their resistances by 50%. And then he's faster than me. That's weird. Very, very rare run into something that's faster than me. Oh, he's large. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But and then the other one has Insta-Ping to like boost its wisdom by a crazy amount for free. And it has Uber Boss's Bane. So all the a lot of the strongest attackers in this game are dragon. There's 1 dragon, 2 dragons really, and that's about it. And the rest are bosses. So this basically gives me a hyper offensive team with like weird boosts when my monsters die. And then the other one, yeah, the other pig that has Boss's Bane has what do you call it? Personal Grudge when it dies. So basically the goal is to be able to resurrect both of them back and forth over and over again to keep proccing Grudge and keep proccing Benefaction over and over and over and over and over. And just do damage when I can. And I think it'll be pretty funny. I don't know how good it'll be, but it's one thing that's annoying. All the DLC should have been base game or maybe post game unlocks, but they just sold them to you instead. Post game 100%. You should not have access to stuff like that powerful early on in the game. But post game, it should have just been stuff you had. Am I gonna add Warthog? No, it's just the 2 big boys, 2 big pigs. We saw the tiny little pig. The juxtaposition of the tiny pig and the big pig is very cool. I'm a big fan. It's adorable. But we need both of them to be big for the combo to work. Now I'm thinking though, should my pig with Dragon's Bane does not have very good attack. But if I got Dragon Slash on it, it would do what, 6 times damage? It would just hit for max every time. That'd be pretty funny. Egg grinding was the one thing I can't forgive design-wise. I think it's okay in games like this to have rare stuff. I think that's fine. I know a lot of people disagree with me, but I think that's totally fine. It's a time sink, and, you know, it's not particularly rewarding for the amount of effort you put in. And the effort is brainless and not actually a thing that, like, pushes you to get better or anything like that. It's just resetting in over and over again. But I think the unforgivable thing is that the egg grinding is difficult. And the way to remedy that is to have access to the mole hole, so you only have to find them in the egg 1 time. So you're basically paying to have a better quality of life with mole hole. That's the thing that sucks about it, right? Is it doesn't feel like the DLC is like additional stuff. It feels like patches to problems in the design, which is not stuff you should pay extra for. You should just fix your design. So yeah, I suppose I do agree that the egg grinding is weird design-wise, but I guess you didn't really expand on your opinion there, so you may be thinking the same thing. But like, I think the concept of it, of having like highly rare, time-consuming grind shit is fine to a certain extent. But I don't think having to do it twice is okay. You know? Like something like Pokemon, they realized it in 1 gen. They were like, oh, this was a mistake. Eggs. You got eggs now. And that fixed like the problem for everything except for legendaries, obviously, but they didn't want everyone to have 100 Mewtwo's, so. What do you get for completing the tourneys in the story? You get extremely good items. You get an item that boosts your chance to find, like you get an accessory that boosts your chance to find items from monsters by 50%, and you get one that boosts your experience by 50%. So it's worth beating them like as soon as possible. Had mixed feelings between additional content or game short. QL DLC I'm more okay with. Yeah. Design the problem, sell the solution. Yeah. It's it kind of sucks. But this game also wasn't like a $70 game, right? It was like 50, I think. Was it less? I don't actually remember. Somebody will tell me I'm wrong, but I do believe it was a little bit cheaper. 60 USD, so 10 bucks cheaper. Hey, Tallman, thank you for the follow. 25 USD. So it ends up being more expensive, which is, you know, not great, but for 40 tiny metals turned in, you get the accessory that buffs gold gain by 50%. Yeah, I'm not even close to that. I haven't even got the metal slime, the metal king slime. I obviously have a metal king slime, but there's one you get from the tiny metals. I think it's at 25. I think I have 24. There's like 70 in total or something. I don't know where the rest are hiding. But yeah, you can do this long walk here. Let's go get the egg. Let's break up the monotony a little bit. Oh my god, 2 eggs? Back-to-back eggs? Hell yeah. It's really funny. I've memorized like all of the egg placements on this map from how many times I had to search for them. Alright. Get anything good? It doesn't matter. No. Regular old egg. Whatever. Gorbio Gorbanana. Or Gorbana. Sorry. Sorry. Thank you for the follow. Very kind of you. Look, so many places and broke all the pots I could find. The chests. It's probably like early on. There's also like... Did you guys know about like... There's a secret in... I guess I could make this a short. I could make a short because there's a secret to finding the best wisdom accessory in the game. It's in like a hidden room, and it's like one of the only hidden rooms in the entire game. So like I don't know why anyone would know it's there, but I haven't actually gotten it yet. I know it's there, but I haven't gotten it yet, so we should go do that. Also, the fire, whatever, those sucked. I didn't see what talents it had. Here. Conqueror's Keep. Zoom. It's in like the, if I remember correctly, it's like the final room. I really... It may have been less time to just walk around to the front than let the game load. This thing. So spoilers for Endgame. Did you guys see the thing? The Dragon Quest Monsters, or the Square Enix account on Twitter was like, please don't post spoilers about this game, about Endgame shit. I guess a lot of people were doing that. Also, yeah, I was complaining about how this stupid blue curtain, like how awful this looks, but it is actually a curtain. It just looks bad. It's like a fake wall, but I don't know where it is, so we're just gonna walk around here. It may not actually be in this room. I gonna play Pal World? Probably. Okay. Maybe it's not in this room. It looks unironically okay. I know, it doesn't actually look terrible. It's crazy. This where I came from? Just tuned in what piggy traits that we're building around. So the piggies have traits that are like Uber Dragon's Bane and Uber Boss's Bane. So we're just gonna try and kill a bunch of stuff. It seems like it would be behind the door, the obvious door, right? I'm nervous about it, especially when devs put a post saying this is not a scam or a cash grab. Yeah, but it's because the concept is so stupid, right? I think that's the thing that most people are confused about, because like it doesn't look good, like in the past few trailers, like the old trailers, like it didn't look good, right? It looked like really like legitimately stupid. Okay, so maybe it's not in here, but I could have sworn it was in here. There's like a secret wall that you can just walk through. Like the Chinese mobile ad, yeah. One of those like, this is not a fake game. We'll find it. You have to jump through it? That would be annoying. That would be something this game did, though. I should go look it up in my Discord again, because people were talking about it. So much for a YouTube short. Is it a hidden room? It's a hidden room. Might not actually be in this chamber, but I'm pretty sure it is, from what people were saying. Quite perplexing. It's in the room with the big table? Oh, okay. Yes, all you gotta do... saying this like I know. All you gotta do is you walk over here. Big door. Get out of my face. Okay, if we just flee here... Leave me alone. Dude, no way. That's some asshole behavior. Everyone in this room is gonna disappear. What's it called? It's a monster drop. It's the... You can get it from a Hocus Poker as well. But you can just also go through here. The socket locket. I guess I should show it on an accessory here. There, plus 100 wisdom. You can also get them from, like I said, you can get them from the Hocus Pokers, but you don't want to have to search for it. Hundo wisdom. Right here. There's not a lot of this in the game. There's almost no secret rooms in this game. This room is just filled with shit, though. That's crazy. So many guys in here. Oh, oops. Okay, let's hope I don't kill them. Yeah, we're not gonna get the kill. That's fine. That's actually good. I don't want to waste... I don't want to waste ball uses, you know? That's the only fake wall in the game. Is yeah, there's, I think, like one other one I can think of. But yeah, that's about it. Okay. We have more grinding to do. That was a nice little detour. But we gotta level up some more. What's the... 144. Let me write that down. There's a new tool on... $144. There's a new tool on Twitch where you can actually just take a Twitch clip and edit it to be in shorts or TikTok like sizing, and it like automatically adds like the Twitch logo and stuff on it. Like it has like your stream name. It's cool. Let's be mad if fake walls were coming. Imagine getting to the end of the game, finding that all on your own, and just being like, what have I missed? Oh no. I mean, yeah, it's kind of neat. It's also interesting because, you know, YouTube is a direct competitor, but Twitch does not have anything... Like, Twitch clips exist, right? But Twitch clips are not, like, a social media platform. They're a fun thing, but they're not, like, a thing. I'm gonna go look at Twitch clips today. Like, it doesn't work like that, right? So, kind of impressed they had the foresight to realize that this only makes people like their platform more, and more likely to stream if they give them a tool to make YouTube shorts out of, or TikToks out of. I'm like surprisingly cognizant from Twitch, who does not have the best track record with shit like that. The algorithm for Twitch clips is kind of weak. You can view popular clips. It's terrible. It's not a good system. I've never sat there and scrolled Twitch clips because anybody can make a Twitch clip. It's not like curated content, and a lot of the time it's just like, this streamer with 100,000 people watching said something funny, and it's like out of context. It doesn't even make any sense. I want to build a team that feels rewarding to pilot. Do I have a favorite team I've built so far? Yeah, so the team I run is Gem Slime with the empath tree, so it uses magic burst sometimes, so it attacks sometimes, and it uses selflessness the rest of the time. It also gets access through that tree to more heal, so he can become a healer if I want. So you have a lot of options there, and that's just the first monster. Then I have Dread Dragooner, who's also, like, you know, a pretty meta pick. But I'm running him with the S-Dark tree, and that gives him access to Shadow Blast and Blight Splitter and Wave of Disruption, or Disruptive Wave, and Wave of Panic. So the major downer gets effects from the Wave of Panic. You can use Disruptive Wave to stop people from trying to do selflessness plays, and you can attack sometimes. So there's a lot of stuff you can do there. I have S-Dark on my team specifically because he has Sleep Twitch, which, you know, makes him a pretty good counter to stuff like Spiked Hair. And what tree did I give him? I gave him the Uber Killing Machine attack tree. Oh my god, we got Liquid Slime and this guy. And my final guy is a Trauminator that I'm using as a healer, because he's got crazy high defense, pretty good resistances. He's weak to sleep, which sucks ass, but, you know, the rest of it's pretty good. So he can tank hits and he can heal up my team. And because he has a tactical trooper, he can sometimes even use like what do you call it? Like right as rain in one turn, which is super helpful. I want to turn my brain off. Yeah, so that's my big thing, right? Is that the reason that PvP for this game is not fun is because it's not rewarding to play, right? It's rewarding in like a whatever. I put a team together. Let's see what happens. Let's see if shit rolls my way. Kind of way, you know? But it's not really rewarding. You don't learn anything from that. You can just let the game run Sims, and then you might be Diamond, or Platinum by the end, or you might be Bronze 4. You don't know. Every time to just build a team at the top of the leaderboard after the slog of PvP. So I've wanted to do it specifically just to show how easy it is. But also, I kind of don't... I'm not super interested in it. The big reason I want to do it is more so because people have weird opinions about PvP, and they think that everybody who is... I'm saying this is like a very small contingent of people, but like they do exist. There's a whole like, why are you complaining? You know what the top tier is. Just play the top tier. And it's because all of the top tier stuff is like not fun. And it's not that it's not fun in a, oh, I don't get to be expressive, or like, oh, it's boring because I see it all the time type of way. It's that it's not fun in a the game plays for me kind of way, you know? And I have a feeling there's a lot of people who still don't really like get that that's different. It's boring, yeah. And it specifically, the issue is that there's no improvement as a player. You don't feel like you're getting better. Also, the reason I know this is not just me, and it's not just me wanting to play a game that's actually different than what DQM is. I do kind of want to play a game that's different than what DQM is, but the ladder itself, high ladder is easier than low ladder, which is so just monumentally fucked up because it's pretty hard to climb on ladder. You usually lose more points for a loss than you get for a win. If you want to climb, you have to use the best teams. Like, just, you have to. So what happens, and this has happened to people in my Discord, and I have a feeling it happens to a lot of people just in general, and a lot of Japanese players that I've never spoken to. I have a feeling I would be shocked if I'm wrong. I'll say it that way. I would be shocked if I'm wrong about this. But every time I run into like a Plat 4 player, and they're running some like weird fucking jank that I've never seen, and I beat them with my team. But if I gotta fight someone who's like Bronze 2 and they're running meta, I'm probably gonna lose. And so what I think is happening, and I know it's happening in our community on the Western side, and I would hazard a guess, like I said, I'd be shocked if it's not the same way on the Japanese side, is that people ladder with the broken shit until they get bored. And they're like, I want to try something else. I want to try something fun. And then it just tanks their score. And they're like, all right, well, I got to get back to where I was. So I'm just going to play the broken stuff again. And so it ends up being the cycle of bronze and silver having stronger teams than platinum most of the time. It's so silly. It's so silly. I don't know. It's bizarre. And that's not specifically a game mechanic. I guess it is because, you know, you lose 10 points every time for a loss. But it's just a symptom of how the game is made, where people aren't having fun playing the strong stuff. And you can have so much fun with a top tier. In fighting games and shit, top tiers are so much fun because you have so many options. They're so powerful. You get to kind of just do whatever you want most of the time. You get to just enact your game plan. But here, enacting your game plan is pressing fight. Like, that's not the same thing. There's not room for counterplay in that. There's not room to learn and have meaningful interactions with an opponent. I think they just need to change the mechanics for traits like tit for tat so they actually counter some of the broken status stuff. Tit for tat needs to block stun. If it doesn't, this game is just doomed. And not because tit for tat itself needs to be more powerful, but because it shows that it's not something the devs care about. And I'm not saying the devs don't care. I'm not saying like, oh, devs, they don't care. Like, game dev is fucking difficult, and people are never happy with it. But I think if they don't change stuff like that, it shows that their ideal of the game is what we currently have, right? And so that's what I mean by doomed. Not because they're lazy or not because they're bad at their job, but because what they want from the game is what we currently have. And that's not what we want, right? So it's fine. We're at odds with the mechanics of the game, but either you try to have fun some other way or you don't play. I saw Spiny Slime vid and I was disappointed. I was actually upset. I'm familiar with gatekeeper opponents in other metas where low elo lose to mid-level gatekeepers and high elo haven't had to contend with the gatekeepers in a long time, if ever. Yeah, so that's actually a thing I talk about in the video. Characters, especially in action PvP games, so like fighting games and stuff like that, stuff that requires mechanical skill and not just brain power. There's lots of stuff that is extremely powerful because it is easy, and the counterplay for it is harder than the execution for it is. Stuff like in Street Fighter 6, Ken and Honda are everywhere in low ranks. And I mean, Ken's still stupid good in the higher ranks, but like Honda's not quite as good. But even then, Ken's not as dominant in like high ranks as he is in low ranks. And the reason for that is that the stuff that's really powerful with Ken in low ranks is easy and requires a ton of game knowledge to beat. But once you have the knowledge, it's not very good. Like that specific stuff that like Ken's still good. He's got a million options. But same thing with Honda. Honda's got a very, very simple, straightforward game plan of the headbutt into grab or headbutt into the butt slam. And if you don't know what's going on there, you're just gonna get rocked. But if you know how to deal with it, it's very, very... It's not easy to work around, especially if your opponent's good. But if they're bad and they're just autopiloting, it's extremely simple. So that doesn't really exist so much in turn-based games or games without mechanical skill. Like learning to spam Hadouken, yeah. And like once you learn how to jump over it with timing, obviously it's not very difficult to deal with anymore. It doesn't really happen so much with like Pokemon or games like this, where there's just a monster that's good at low level. So that's why I think that's what's happening, is that the teams in Bronze are strong, the teams in Platinum are not, because people grind up there, and then they get bored, and then they play something that's fun, and they lose a shit ton of points. I remember talking to High Ladder Friend mentioning Tapu Koko. So, like, it's not that it doesn't happen. A lot of sweeper strats in Pokemon are effective versus low. Okay, you both make very good points. But I haven't been a low-level Pokemon player in so long. I actually, like, lost a frame of reference for it. I'm low-level in a lot of fighting games. But, I've been playing Pokemon forever, right? So that's actually, yeah, that makes sense. Tapu Koko seems like a Pokemon that would be really hard to deal with if you don't have outs. But lots of teams have outs, right? Like, if you're good at the game, you've built outs for it. Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't even thought of that. Perspective, it's, you know, it's hard sometimes. You don't really... It's hard to remember every little thing. Okay, I've got all my guys. I don't actually need a heart on this boy. My boy doesn't need a heart on. We're gonna do some combining. It's already late. We're not gonna stream for a whole lot longer because I gotta work. What time do I gotta work tomorrow? Ooh, this man, he enters Naga. Yeah, I did enter Naga recently. 9 a.m.? 9 a.m.'s not that early. Okay. So I gotta get there at 8. I took a little nap earlier today. So, you know, I can go for another 40 minutes or so. Okay, let's do some combining. So I wanted to combine my little boy. I don't need heart on this guy. I don't know why he's got a heart. This guy with who is my biggest boy? This guy's my biggest boy, but I don't need him. Do we go with the Scourgeette? I wonder how big that'll make him. It'll make him probably close to like 50. Again, all this stuff, none of this stuff matters. Whatever. This isn't even necessarily, yeah, so he's still small. This isn't even necessarily the final one, right? Like, this might not be a final grandparent. I might combine him again. And the reason for that is that we want Cure All, right? We need Supreme Healer, sorry. So I need someone with Paramedic or Healer. I don't even know if I have anyone with Paramedic or Healer. Searching for talents is awful. Like, it's not even alphabetical, like... Okay, healer. The monster's found, okay. Paramedic. Oh, okay. So I got a tree feller. Okay. So I can do that. That's not bad. We'll do that. And then... restore defaults. This guy. So this is gonna make him small, A. That's fine though. Okay, we get Supreme Healer. Crag Ward is fine, whatever. Okay, so this gives me something. I got 2 little guys. Probably don't want any more little guys, so we're gonna combine stuff. But it's a start. Alright, and so now we want Ham Sandwich. And a slime? No, nature. This guy. Walking Disaster. I get talent on the guy I want, then just slam large in him over and over until he hits large, yeah. So I want Razor Burn to mix with the other guy anyway, so, you know, probably combine these two, and then, or I'll combine one of them with Razor Burn to like make a bigger Razor Burn. Either way, we got, we're starting to get it did. And then we'll synth the slime with razor burn, right? Yeah. I don't necessarily need any of this. I'll get cleric. Cleric's okay. It means I don't need supreme healer on both. Regular zing, probably not as good, but zing does recover more HP on the Mon. And then we'll get razor burn just because I don't know who I want to give this guy to. Either way, they both got it. There we go. Small large monster thing is wild in this game. Large monsters feel way stronger than two smalls, but maybe I'm crazy. The big ones, it depends, but yeah. Yeah, this guy's quite large. Ugh. Continue synthesizing. Might be worth. Do I have another slime I want to combine? If I have another large slime, it might be worth just combining it with the razor burn for the sake of it. No, it's gonna make it small. All of these become small. Oh. Nuisance and poison preventer. That might be pretty good. This is the one with sparkling water, right? What is sparkling water? I forget what it is. It's Sizz, Zap, Ultra Tough Customer, Frizz. Those aren't great. Those are pretty bad. Okay, I'm just gonna do this and get Razor Burn. Then the rest doesn't matter. Sure, Wisdom Booster, why not? A shell slime that was large? Yeah, I had a bunch. I guess I gotta keep this guy in the shed. Okay, so that's a lot of stuff. Para resistance is nice, yeah. But on large monsters, it's not as important. The reason you get Sparkling Water is to absorb Magic Burst. That's like the main thing. So what's the strategy with the piggies? I'll show you real quick. Well, this one's not going to have it, so I guess I can't show you real quick. But this guy's got Last Legs and Benefaction, meaning that he's pretty good for like selflessness plays. Means I probably do have to get selflessness on him. I think I have Empath scrolls. But basically, he can absorb an entire hit without dying. He gets Last Legs. Then he can absorb a second hit and then get Benefaction, boost the shit out of my other pig. My other pig can bring him back to life and then fire off an attack. And then on the next round, if the other pig dies, Personal Grudge procs. And then on this guy, I can use Kazing to bring the other pig back to life. So basically, I'm going to keep bringing them both back to life. And this guy's got Ultra Dragon's Bane, so he does 3 times damage against dragons and lowers all their resistances by 50%. And the other piggy has Ultra Boss's Bane, so he does 3 times damage against boss monsters and lowers their res by 50%. So that's the strategy. Some nice damage and some annoying healing stuff. Die Hard with the Hat Witch 2. Okay, but yeah, we got some leveling to do.
Zoom!
If I ever use the online shop, you can buy some of the good talent trees in there. They're expensive. It's probably faster to make the combination talents you want yourself. Yeah, I use it all the time. The really expensive ones are the warders, which you can only get in eggs. Okay. Check the next area.
Zoom.
Or by combining for them? For the warders? No, you can't. Shields and warders are different. Stuff like Cyclone Shield is like, it's hard to get, but you can just combine for it. But the warders are egg only. And 100k at the shop. Like that sparkling warder on the slime I have is the only one I have in the entire... It's the only one I've ever found. I have a couple of hard warder scrolls that I bought. So I can just give that to whoever. What do I use for grinding money? What are they called? The bag of treats or whatever? The little like red bouncing bag. They give you 5,000 gold per. And then you can get a accessory from finding 40 tiny metals. Swap them in at the shop and it gives you a thing that gives you 50% extra gold. Is something done with combining all the words together? No, it's not. Unfortunately. It'd be much easier if it was. Come on. Bruh. No, you don't go that way. Go this way. Run him into the corner so he is more likely to despawn all the other guys. Did I ever play the old traditional RPG Dragon Quest Warrior games? The very first game I played. So, yeah, I know that's not a great example because, you know, that game is goofy as fuck. So look at how big this guy is. The other pig is a lot bigger than he was. He's getting there. He's still small, but... But yeah, the first one's like the only one I've played. Flee? This motherfucker fled. What is this? What? Dude. How am I slower than him? That's weird. First one has a thriving randomizer community. I believe that. Core Metal Kings is still like 6k gold bonus balls. Yeah. Yeah, you can still do that. I've never grinded money in this game. I'm like kind of broken it right now, but I've never actually gone out of my way to be like, okay, I'm gonna hunt goodie bags. What's my agility? 1300? Do I have meteorite ring on him? I don't think I do. That would help. How exactly do you get bonus balls? You spend money. You can find them in chests and shit, but the easiest way is just to buy the Treasure Trunks DLC. Wealth of experience. Okay, I can change that. 1200. Okay, well that's not as much as I thought it was. Give him a meteorite bracer. We'll give this guy wealth of experience. Or trainee's medal. I just gotta remember to swap it back. Or give it to the next guy. Okay, did he despawn? Like, what the fuck? Oh. Okay, you're going the wrong way, bud. 1300 still slower. So the way that agility works in this game is that it's not like Pokemon. You don't go first if you're faster. You have a higher chance to go first if you're faster. And, you know, it's within reason, right? Like, my 500 agility S-Dark is never moving before Damselfly. Like, it's not going to work like that. Unless they're cheating, in which case it will. So I had that happen once. Yeah, I had someone who was obviously flagrantly cheating because basically I was gonna win. It was turn 10. I don't know how this battle like grinded out that far, and I wasn't recording or anything. I didn't realize what was happening until after. But basically I was gonna win on KOs because they kept kazinging and bringing a guy back from the dead. And on this turn, if he did it again, my S-Tark was going to sleep twitch and kill him and give me a 1 KO lead. So what he did was he decided this time, you know, my Grim Rider with 1400 agility is going to move after the 500 agility S-Tark. So I can kazing him back to life and then get the kill that way, instead of having him just brought back to life and then instantly killed. And I lost because of it. And it's so obvious that he cheated. Oops, that's the wrong one. Like, it sucks. It's just like... Why cheat in this game? That's good to know, though, yeah. It's also happened, like, on my team, where, like, my S-Tark and... Oh, I don't have them on my team, I can't show you. My S-Tark and my Trominator have somewhat similar agility. My Trominator is, like, quite a bit faster. I think it's, like, 70 agility faster, so it almost always goes first. But there's been, like, 1 or 2 times where it's gone after S-Tark, and it's fucked up my whole plan. Oh, no, okay, it wasn't just that S-Tark... God, this is the part that's so awful about it. It wasn't just that S-Tark was slower and he moved first. It's he had the personal grudge proc on him. My whole team did. Or was it Wave of Panic? It might have been just Wave of Panic. But his 1300 or 1400 Grim Rider moved after my entire team that had Wave of Panic on them. Which is like... Come on, man. Like, what the fuck are you doing? His... what do you call it? What's the thing? His Parched Peckerel with insta agility on moved after my whole team that had Rando Panic. Like, the instant agility thing gives it like 2000 agility or something. And so it's like very, very hard to go faster and go before it. And the Rando Panic made sure all of my stats were like 150, maybe 200. So it had 10 times my agility, and it went after it. Like, that's not suspicious at all, buddy. See, they're running away now. Maybe it was just because my pig was so small. They're like, eh, I'm gonna squish it. Which would be pretty funny. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why you would cheat in this game. You could just, like, run a brainless team without having to put any effort in. It's almost the same thing. It's not like the people who are running Serpent or, like, Bunny teams are cheating. They're not cheating. They are doing what is allowed within the confines of the game, but it's not much different than just running an auto win button, you know? You're not doing anything. It's just the computer doing it. How would you even cheat in this? So the way people are cheating is they have an editor that just changes values live during the match. Like basically just like a hex editor. And so what they're doing is they give themselves like maximum attack stats and whatever, and they do a shit ton of damage, and then they give themselves like minimum speed when they want to move second. Maybe so I technically had level 0 on my team. Maybe the I sees it like that. I mean, I have 3 on my team right now. Apparently, I've seen people in my Discord comment about how people in Japan were talking about it as well. So maybe it's like a known thing that like some people are doing. Doesn't seem too common. I think I've seen it happen just the one time. It may have happened in a more subtle way before, and I didn't notice. Because, you know, I wasn't looking for that. But...
Zoom.
Yeah, Piggy's large. But either way, it's just like... I wasn't even mad. I was like... What the fuck, man? Like, it just bewildered. Because if you want to do that, there are legal ways to make a team that basically is played by the computer already. That you don't have to be a good player to use. Weird that they were chasing me before. Yeah, it might. I think it's probably has something to do with the size. I think having a monster that small maybe like antagonize them. I don't know. I'm not sure what the deal would have been. Okay, last check. We went through a whole cycle without seeing anything. I guess I could have checked the Ingress Isle, but it's kind of out of the way. So yeah, we're not even going to finish this in time for the stream to end, but this was pretty fun. What day is it today? 17th. Okay, so tomorrow... Macho is streaming the Macho tournament. And... I don't think it's going to take super long, but like I want to stream tomorrow as well. It does mean I have to get my monster done though.
Zoom.
Oh no, wait, his tournament's on the 20th, right? I need to have it done for tomorrow. So maybe that's what we'll do tomorrow. We'll finish this and then we'll do a really quick Monster Rancher build tomorrow. Started playing this game 4 days ago. Didn't even know they released this. I remember playing Monster Joker as a kid. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's a fun game. PvP is very unfortunate, but the actual game part of the game is great. Tomorrow's Macho Thursday, yeah. That's the double welterweight thing, right? Which reminds me, I do have to put the welterweight sign-ups up. Oops. It's fine. Everybody knows. I'll do it when the stream ends. Yeah, Macho and I are doing Logo, and I forget who he entered. I don't think he entered Deg on it. He might have. Don't you have Nintendo Live? My Switch was in his box before I saw this game released. I don't care about PvP. That's fine. Skid. Yeah, Skid Marcus. They gone it's the wrong weight class. He feels like a welterweight monster. He's got the spirit. But yeah, it's this game's great. I really like it. It's a lot of fun. It's very cute. I get to raise 2 little pigs. It's awesome. It just fundamentally fails in PvP. Entering Zulura in your new color Pandora. Nice. Yeah, I have a new welterweight that I'm working on. I talked about it a little bit on the last stream. But I made Goonga forever ago. And it kind of didn't work out. My stat spread was a little bit wonky, but I think the build is actually okay. It's just... At the time in the meta, it was not particularly good, and I think that has changed pretty drastically with how everybody's running speedsters now. So I'm gonna tweak it. I'm gonna give it slightly different stats, slightly different strategy, but I think it'll be pretty good.
Alright.
Hey, the Quincy King, thank you for the follow. You're having a fantastic night. Or morning, or wherever, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Welterweight teams is really funny, yeah. I'm really fascinated by the ratio league that DAF is running. I don't have any monsters, but I like the idea. I didn't actually know that's what the league was until I was talking about the Japanese list that like didn't make any sense, and everyone's like, yeah, that's what DAF is doing. And I'm like, oh, sick. We just had the first playthrough is only like 35 to 40 hours and there's nothing to do other than PvP. Yeah, it kind of ends. But that's okay. I'm not a big believer in games have to be like hundreds of hours. I think a game can be fine and short. And if it's fun, you'll just find hundreds of hours of fun in it. Watch a couple of the vids people were getting every available ribbon on a Pokemon. It's making me really want to try it. That's pretty cool. I was talking to Macho. I have an idea for my first tournament after the league is done. But I'm not going to do the thing where I announce the tournament and I talk about it. We're going to wait for the DXBL to finish first. Good luck with grinding a ton of black Poke Blocks. Yeah. Been spoiled by roguelikes recently. I think it's not a great idea to come into a game expecting it to be like 100 hours long. I know that's where we're at, just like collectively in the zeitgeist of gaming right now. But I personally don't need that from games. If a game is like 15 hours long and it's just like solid and doesn't have any filler, and I don't want to like skip through all the cutscenes, and especially if it allows me to be creative and come up with stuff on my own and find my own fun in it, then that's a great game to me. That's Monster Rancher 2. Like, if we're being real, it's Monster Rancher 2. Okay. I want to swap out a Slime. And then... what else do I want? What other new guys? Just that? I guess we swap one of them out. Just make this a little quicker. Huh. Yeah, I guess that would be it, eh? And then I can combine for this guy. Walking Disaster. And... do I want Supreme Healer on both? I think Supreme Healer on both is probably a good idea. What's this guy a combo of? Nature and Slime. What's this guy a combo of? Nature and... ooh. Okay. And then the other Slime is a combo of... Nature and this. Okay. So that's fine. Either way, I don't have like the perfect parents to make this yet. So the Supreme Healer is pretty easy to get onto this guy. Or this guy. Yeah, it's fine. Walking Disaster, Supreme Healer, and what do we want for the third one? Maybe a defensive one? Or Wisdom 4. And then on the other guy, probably a defensive one though, probably Hard Warder, right? And then on the other guy, we can do Supreme Healer. And then, because nothing has Supreme Healer and... nothing has Supreme Healer and Selflessness, right? hold on. Maybe I don't need Supreme Healer on both. Selflessness. Selflessness has Wave of Relief. I don't need Wave of Relief. I need Zing or Kazing. I guess Kazing's the one I'm looking for. Hard to decide what to do here. Okay, but either way, I want Supreme Healer on Ham. My Ham. So we'll finish that off, and then no, we're still not done. But it will be a start, and then monster info. This guy is a combo of slime and boss. Oh, I messed this up. This guy's slime and boss as well. Okay, so I gotta get a little bit more creative with how I'm gonna do this, but we can make it work. We'll just need an extra grandparent. Didn't know the combos even mattered? Yeah, they add stats. Every monster family adds 3 bonuses to 3 specific stats. And if all 4 grandparents are different, so say you have grandparents and one's a slime, one's a dragon, one's beast, one's nature, you get bonuses to all your stats at double what you would get from just having, you know, a slime. Instead of having a slime, you get bonuses to those stats times 2, and then to all the stats instead. We're just gonna keep, we're gonna do what we're doing here. It's fine.
Cheerio.
So I guess, yeah, I can talk about that really quick. Take a look at Razorburn, or you know what? None of these have grandparents, that's fine though. I can still get my point across. So in this tree, you can see there's 4 empty spaces. Those are the grandparents. Each grandparent gives a bonus based on what family they're from. Parents give bonuses based on what family they're from. You can see Razorburn is the bosses. That's the little gold crown, and Behemoth Slime is a slime. So I'm pretty sure slime is HP, speed, and wisdom. And the bosses is HP, attack, and wisdom. And grandparents give you bonuses based on whatever family they're in. Parents give you bonuses based on whatever family they're in at double. And then if all 4 grandparents are like different, then you get an additional bonus to every stat at the same rate that you would if it was like the parent. So say each of the grandparents gives you 1 point in 3 particular stats. The parents give you 2 points in 3 particular stats, and if all 4 grandparents are different, you get 2 points in every stat additionally. Martyr has Selflessness and Kerplunk. Kerplunk is bad though. No. So the issue with Kerplunk is that Kerplunk does not proc Benefaction, and I can't heal him, can't bring him back, unfortunately. I thought about it too, but it doesn't work that way.
Zoom.
Martyr is such a funny build. You got Selflessness, you got Anchorman, you've got Kerplunk, you got Kamikaze. It's a really funny one. I don't think it's very good for competitive play, but it would be a fun, goofy tree to mess around with. Just Ruler has selflessness and Zing, but Zing is iffy. Yeah, but Zing does bring them back at, I think it's twice as much HP as a regular Zing does. It's risky. But they both have tactical genius, so they can both attack up to 3 times a turn. That might be worth it. There goes the team building. It's going okay. I made some mistakes in building my parents, so, you know, it's going to take a little bit longer than I expected. Yes, to mess with the breeding stuff. Yeah, it's absolutely not necessary for just regular play. So yeah, I'm going to have to do a little bit of resituating my parents, but, you know, we're in a good spot. Just Ruler might be the play, yeah. That's a lot of roll compression. And with Personal Grudge, like, he's not going to be the one dying more often, right? As long as I have Kazing on the other guy, it's more, like, it's better. Because with Last Legs and, what do you call it? Selflessness, he's going to get smoked. That's kind of the point. And I get the big benefaction boost. Let me go from there. You know, it's the benefaction's not without its counterplays. If they have rando disrupt or whatever, it just gets rid of it. But it does make the Kregel pretty funny. Yeah, so I think Just Ruler is the play. That's a good one. So we'll go Just Ruler, Razor Burn, and a defensive tree. Probably Hard Warder. Get Hard Warder on both of them. Get live later, it's pretty cheap. 20. Yeah, no, it's not expensive. I'm just warning you though, for PvP for this game. It's more fun if you're like playing with friends or, you know, people in this chat. Maybe are not necessarily friends, but, you know, friendly. Than it is to actually try and ladder, because the ladder system is like fundamentally broken. And it rewards playing with like the most brain dead strategies, and not brain dead in like oh, this is just too strong. Like, you think of Pokemon and you think of like Landorus, and it's like, oh, Landorus is brain dead, he just presses the attack and wins. Like, no, you still need to pilot the team. All the best teams in this game don't require any actual input, and they kind of hope for crits, and like that's it. And it's, if they get the crits, they do well, and if they don't, they still do well, but they don't instantly win. It's boring. There's like no agency. Dude, fucking Razor Burn's huge. Yeah, there's like no agency in the game at all. Either you win, you lose, or the game decides you win or lose. Oh, I made a mistake. Whatever. We're not going to get extra XP for this. I made a mistake because I have... I'm only going to get 2 times instead of 2.5 times. I took the damn ring off. Okay. So we'll get all these guys to 100, and then I think we'll call it. Or I'll combine down the pig, and then at least I'll have the pig with Walking Disaster and Healer, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, it'll have bad grandparents. It'll have 2 natures, so I'll have to basically make another guy, combine it down. I'm trying to think of the easiest way to do that. Easiest way to do that is probably to combine... Oh shit. To combine Razor Burn with the Flutter Slime instead of the pig with the Flutter Slime. And then combine that with the pig, because then I'll have... Yeah, that's the way to do it. I'm just gotta make sure it's the right Razor Burn. I don't think it matters. Power World game is releasing soon? Yeah, on Friday. We'll definitely be playing it. Just... Okay, I'm gonna have a good chance to get only metal slimes here. Alright, well we didn't, but fine. Unironically hyped for that game. It kind of looks interesting. I don't really know much about it. It'll be fun to play. And you know, monster raising games are kind of what we do here.
Zoom.
I don't want to jinx it, but like, you know, my channels are pretty small. My YouTube channel's small. My Twitch channel is, I mean, it's better than 99.9% of Twitch channels out there, but it's still small. It's not enough to pay the bills. But I've had a streak recently that I haven't had in like a year of a month of days of more than 1,000 views every day on my YouTube channel, which is nice. It's not much, but like, you know, it's a nice little number to aim for. And with Power World coming out, I think that's gonna be the last little bit to make sure I stay over 1,000 for the rest of this month, because I need like 7 more days, I think, of having a 30-day streak. It really doesn't sound like much, and it isn't much, but it's, you know, little victories. I'll just build a team for fun and put it down and move on to Pokemon, wait for next DQM game. Yeah, that's fine too. I enjoyed the single player. I think it's a solid game. And I still want to complete my Monsterpedia. I still haven't done that. I've only caught like, I think 350 of the 500 plus mons. Like here, how many of these guys have I got? 100%? Okay, I got everybody you can get here. Well, that's good to know. Why are they chasing me? Leave me alone. So yeah, I think we'll combine down the S-Stark, or the Razor Burn, and then we will spend a little bit of time tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it off stream. Just doing, what do you call it? Just, what am I trying to say? I'll combine Razor Burn and the Flutter Slime, and then tomorrow we'll catch a couple more guys, so we have good grandparents. We'll get Just Ruler, and then we can level them all up at the same time, instead of, because it's not worth it leveling up just the one guy right now. We have to go catch like 3 or 4 more guys to make sure we're good. Don't waste a ton of time doing this.
Zoom.
Monster raising channel, unless you are a Lego dinosaur with a support effect that reduces HP to 200 and its less viable friend. I guess I never uploaded those videos. Never know what traits are even good for each monster. I mean, it's, you find it out in time. It's just a lot of trial and error, and thinking about like, okay, what do I need, and how can I get that combination on as few traits as possible so I can shore up my defenses or offenses with just attack or wisdom boosting stats, you know? Think of like 2 or 3 attacks you want your monster to have, and then try and find a talent tree that has all of that. And then you go from there. Okay. That Razor Burn's good. We're going to swap it out for the other Razor Burn, and then we will be solid. They're 100, 89, 89. They both need about 2 million experience, so one more double slime's probably enough.
Zoom.
And like this is like, it's a little bit of tedium, it's a little bit of busy work, but it's like cathartic, it's relaxing. I enjoy this. I think a lot of that has to do with how Monster Rancher works and how that game a lot of the time feels just like a straight up grind. And most people who enjoy the game and play competitively are like completely checked out when they're actually raising their monsters and they're like watching TV or they're watching YouTube or something else or listening to music because, you know, it doesn't require a lot of brain power. It's a lot of repetitive motion and menuing and stuff like that. But it's calming. It's nice. It's a nice little feeling to have. It shows on in the background when you play most other games other than shooters.
Zoom.
But yeah, Jason D, maybe I should... Well, I mean, I have 2 people helping out with editing now. And I'll see how good their work is. And then I will... It's probably not terrible. And if it's not terrible, that's all I need. But maybe I can get them to edit down some of that gameplay. Because I never finished the game on stream. I finished it off stream because I couldn't stop playing it. Digimon Digital Battle Card. One of the best games on the PS1. Alright. Sucks that we went through that whole cycle with no guys. It happens. Yeah, thanks to everyone for hanging out. It's past midnight here now. So I'm really literally just gonna hit 100 on these 2 guys and call it. But this has been fun. It's been nice talking about the game and, you know, my reservations with it. Liquid metal, it's not worth enough. Not worth wasting a bumper ball on. Digimon Cyber Sleuth is your favorite Digimon game? A lot of people like that. I haven't played it. What was the one they just released where they're like, guys, just so you're not disappointed, this is mostly a visual novel. And then everyone's like, what the fuck is this game? It's a visual novel. Digimon Survivor. All I knew about it was that they had put out, like, information about the game being like, this is not an action game. Digimon Survive. Gameplay sucked ass, story was great. Sounds like a visual novel. Alright, we got Large Boy. So this is probably a Fandango type of thing. Yeah. I don't think a single hit would have been enough to kill it. Okay, so I need to find one more. Or I don't. I can do this instead. That's what these are for. Okay, so I got 2 hard water scrolls. I can maybe use those. Chiaroscuro shield is kind of useless, but, you know, it's a thing I can use. Perfect Speller is interesting. I don't need it. I have a Walking Disaster scroll, eh? I don't have, like, I don't have a Just Ruler. How do you stop from spoiling Monster Rancher 2? Scolding it when it cheats, but not when it fails? It's more complicated than that. Easiest way... So, is, after battles, always withhold praise after battles if they do well. It will raise their fear which is the opposite of spoil, but it won't stress them out. Good luck today. Thank you. We're not doing any PvP today. We're just getting guys ready for PvP. It's actually unfortunate because I made that cool thumbnail and the video is not gonna use it. Maybe I'll reuse the thumbnail. What am I doing? I'm going on Rose Hill Tower. So we're gonna combine the guys and then we'll call it. We'll raid somebody. We'll, yeah, it was fun. Next stream will be Hamwich and Co PvP. Yeah, we'll be finishing this guy, and then we'll be doing some PvP. We might also do a little bit of Monster Rancher tomorrow, but though I might just do my Monster Rancher stuff off stream. Either way, stream tomorrow, we'll have some of this stuff. We'll be doing at least a little bit of piggy PvP. Pig v pig, as it were. Okay, so the plan here is to synth this guy. One of these guys. This one's gonna make it small, eh? So I want it to stay large. What does this guy have? Razorburn Bang Ward. Razorburn Cleric. Yeah, okay. I don't know what I need to keep here, so we're just gonna go with what we have. Talent points. Sure. Magma Shield. Magma Shield's kind of okay. I'm gonna hold on to Magma Shield. Supreme Healer. I don't want Razor Burn on this guy. I want it on the other guy. And Cleric just because it gives me something to think about. I don't really need that though. Whatever, that's fine. So this guy, okie dokie. Can you send thing? No. So we're gonna combine this guy and our piggy, and then we'll have one done.
Come again.
So this guy, this Razorburn here, and this pig are gonna be combined, and that should be enough. Their stats are pretty low. Walking Disaster, I need. Talent points. Might as well give it to him now. I don't know what I want to do for the fourth one. Maybe just Wisdom Booster for Magma Shield is okay, I guess. Frag Ward is one of those things that it seems like it would be great because people don't want to get hit by Kakraggle, but Kakraggle users are trying to crit you all the time, so having actual Earth Res is not super important. Supreme Healer's good. We're just gonna max it out anyway. That's a pretty strong level 1 monster. And this guy, Razorburn, we definitely do want. I gotta get Just Ruler. Somehow. Yeah, let's check out his stats at level 1. They're like as good as this guy at level 100. Almost. This guy's a combo of Slime and Boss, and this guy's a combo of Beast and Nature. So that will give us my 4 grandparents. It's all gonna work out. L King Slime and King Slime, and yeah, have Just Ruler on them. I think you can also buy it. So let's see if we can just buy it. Because I got rid of my Behemoth Slime earlier. So it'd be a little bit harder to make a King Slime. We'll do our quick fire contest for the day, and then we'll call it. Go to online shop. Every day, the shop changes. I don't actually know if you can buy... Whatever, these are all awful. I mean, they're not awful, but like... Rug Cutter is pretty funny because it's rare, but it's not good. Grump is honestly... I got, what, 200k? I'm gonna buy 2 Grumps. Destroyer's okay. I'll buy 2 Destroyers. Hold on to it. Paramedics, just because it makes getting the... What do you call it? The Supreme Healer better, easier. Yeah, that was fine. Okay, quick fire contest. Yeah, I could just catch one in the mole hole, you're right. Party options. Definitely not with this team. Okay, where's the team? This guy. This guy. I gotta change the accessories to this guy. And this guy. Okay. Change accessories. The boy has Auto Cadabra. Dorothy needs the... Meteorite Bracer. Throngler has Auto Restore. Okay, all good. You see the agility here? Sometimes, it's pretty rare, but it does occasionally happen where my boy Combo Fiend will go first over Throngler, but Throngler does have 80 more agility. It's very, like, it's maybe like once every 20 times. This guy's not super fast. He's kind of fast, but he's not super fast. I also don't think his stats are maxed out. Change tactics. Just want to make sure. Support your allies. Weaken the enemy. Show no mercy. Focus on healing. Okay, it's all good. Alright, let's begin the match. We'll see what's up. Alright, let's do a quick bet because we haven't done a prediction. I start a prediction here. How many wins? We'll do 26 or do 20. Yeah, 26 or less, 27 or more. Predictions live. Get your bets in if you're on Twitch. What do you think? So MK all day. Thank you for the sub with Prime. Wow, I missed that 32 minutes ago. I wonder why that didn't show up. I probably did and I just missed it. But we got a lot of points on 27 or more. Nobody thinks I'm going to get 26 or less. We got the little play against the odds here. I have got 30 the last 2 times, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Alright, let's do this. The final score come out at? 56% on 27 or more. Pretty split. Okay. These are all still like the level 2 guys. And I think 24 is like the worst I've done, but it's totally possible. Depends on who I roll into and how the AI works out. This one could be bad, yeah. This one too, yeah. Oh, we got 27. How crazy is that? I said, oh, this one could be bad, and this one, and I lost on those two, and nothing else. I called it. I got a hammer hood. Power player, prankster, nature child. Okay. Okay, I'm curious. Can I beat? Let's try it. They're very similar teams. I did a little pig fare against the wolf. Oh, we haven't done it. That'll be for tomorrow. Name it the moose phones because I called it. We're gonna hold a sparring match with the AI here. So, 27 or more is the winner. Congrats, guys. That was pretty split. All right, so they're going to stun first, which gives me an interesting idea. I am going to actually magic burst with this guy. And I am going to Shadow Blast here. Combo Fiend, we're going to go for the Dragon Slash. And this guy, I'm going to use Selflessness on. So he will take the personal grudge. Oh, we got double Selflessness? That's not bad. This is pretty good for me then, I think. Benefaction. Fine, that's a lot of stats. Oh man, you got the stun? Fuck that. Alright, Dorothy, we're just gonna do it again. I'm going to Disruptive Wave, I think. And you can Dragon Slash here. That's probably the play. We get double Disruptive Wave. Oh, he's faster than me now? Why is this whole team faster than me now? Oh, because of Benefaction. Alright, yeah, Benefaction smoked me. That's a rough team to beat. That does make sense. And then this one's almost the exact same thing. So what could I have done differently? The double Selflessness isn't how that team would have played. It's actually really funny because the AI made a really good play that I don't think a player would have. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna Magic Burst. And we are going to Wave of Panic, actually. We will Dragon Slash here, and then this guy will do Selflessness. No, Magic Burst as well. I think this is the play. Oh, fuck. Okay. Not great. He's not immune to it? What the fuck? Huh, interesting. Okay. So, now, I'm in a pretty good spot. Dragon Slash here. We will Selflessness with this guy. That didn't kill him, eh? Right as rain? Interesting. Okay, that's fine. Blight Splitter comes out. I think I win this turn. Because now I can Giga Gash here, because I don't need to worry about being stunned. Shadow Blast. Parallax here. Probably fine. Do that. Okay, right as rain. Good job. Healed 500. And then the boy will just Selflessness tank. Get a Blight Splitter and we'll get a Dragon Slash, and that'll be that. Okay. So, beating meta teams. I mean, it was the AI, but this guy not having immunity to magic bursts is pretty crazy.
Thanks, babe.
Why did he not have immunity to I'm so confused, because he does by default. Whatever, that was weird. Anyway, that's it for tonight. I have to be up in 7 hours? Is it because I... Oh, it was because I crit. Dude, I wasn't even thinking. Yeah, that it removes his resistance. That's actually so stupid. It was a bad play on my part, and the game said, don't worry about it. Great stream tonight. It was fun. We had a lot of stuff to discuss, and we made a couple of piggies. Alright, who can we raid? Who's streaming this game right now? Also, how is the audio? I'm gonna listen to my own stream for a sec, so don't be confused by that. Confused by that. Hey, check one, check two. Hey, check one, check two. Hey, check one. That's pretty good. Because yeah, I changed a bunch of my audio settings. Dragon Quest Monsters and Dark Prince. Let's see. A couple of people are playing. Okay, I don't know who this is. Metallic Aerox. We will raid them though. Always just raiding nice new people. Follow through on the raid, you get free channel points for it. I'm sure a bunch of you lost points because you thought I was going to get less than 27 wins. Or 26 wins or whatever it was. But yeah, it was fun. Tomorrow we're going to stream. Macho's doing his thing, so maybe we'll pop in and we'll see how my boy's doing occasionally. But yeah, we'll finish up the piggies and then we might do some PvP with it. Hopefully it'll be done by then. But thank you, and I hope you all have a fantastic night. I'm gonna go get some sleep because today was a very long day.